Good evening. Yeah, this is Kev, and this is BMBBH. Once again on a Saturday night. If you are new to this channel, please go below this screen and hit that subscribe button. If you are not and you are a regular viewer, or you just happen to run across this broadcast for I don't know, shits and giggles, please go ahead and hit that like button. Likes are for free, and we love the algorithm around here. And if there is some shadow banning going on, then by all means, help me fight the shadow ban. Uh, yeah, let me thank all of my new and existing subs. You guys are the greatest, and also, be aware of the ticker that is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Just says that, like, share, subscribe. Has my Cash App, BMBBH for life. Just saying fair use on any material that I may use that isn't exactly mine by copyright. Also, is for edutainment purposes. Now, let me explain to you what that means. Edutainment is an amalgamation of the word education and entertainment. Uh, Entertainment, yeah, these. Let me tell you something. A lot of videos you watch in this space are conversational entertainment. So, always with each and everyone's opinion that you happen to run across in this space, if you don't agree with something, you can always feel free to state it in the chat while the live broadcast is going on, or you can always leave a comment uh, after the broadcast just goes to on demand. But by all means, I strongly encourage everyone who comes to these broadcasts to share them. Well, not well. If you're a content creator, you can go ahead and share it. But share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. I mean, these thoughts that people have a tendency to share do mean a lot to me, and it gives me a different perspective, knowing that my perspective isn't the only one that exists out there. Yeah. Shoot. Hope everyone's week was good. Mine was, mostly uneventful. I don't say that I have a very, very eventful, exciting life, except for what goes on. Uh, just regular stuff. I mean, watching my child grow is always great. Back in the gym, for the first time in years. Uh, just uh, just getting more concerned for my health uh, as I become an older guy. And I have to say, I am very, very sore right now. I mean, it's taking a lot out of me. It's taking the wind out of my sails. Um, but I'm glad to be able to get back in there and hit the weights. I mean, it just let me know that something was missing, from, the way I did things for quite some time. And look, as y'all get older, and I mean, like, I know some of y'all are young and some of y'all love to sit up there and say, oh man, these old niggas trying to tell us stuff. Now, I mean, just if you take any advice from me. If you don't want to take any advice, just take this one. Just learn to, as a African American or Black American, melanated American, whatever you want to call yourself, just always keep your health under consideration because you only got one of these lives to live. Unless there's something greater out there that we don't know anything about, then Shoo, until then, just heed that advice. Just eat right and exercise. So let me get some shout outs. Let's see who's here already. Not too many comments here, but see RPM, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. And Ted Knight. And Ted Knight says fasting will help you lose weight quickly in the interim. Now, it's Losing weight is one thing, keeping the weight off is another thing. So I will take that advice. I will, try out, fasting and see what that actually entails. But anyway, let me get to the subject matter at hand. And the key word here is matter. Um, Simps don't know they don't matter. I mean, shoot, you know how I like to. For those of you who really know who I am and what I've been to this platform here, that has been aptly labeled the Black Manosphere. You know, I consider myself to be in somewhat of a lane that is entailed in this space, and you know how I do things. I don't have too much trust in Simps. I don't. Toya, what's going on? And one thing that I've come to realize throughout this week, and we all know what the talk was for this week, was the breakup of Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I don't believe that many people have expected that relationship to last. I most certainly didn't. I mean, if it did, it would have been no sweat off my back. I mean, I wouldn't, I don't hate the player, just hate the game. I don't even hate the game. I just don't play. And that's the key thing, The only way to win the game really is just you just don't play. But shoot, they're like simps. Like the simp madness has been ramping up, man. A lot of guys have come out and they just really, they're doing something I like to call twerking for simp biscuits. Yeah, basically meaning that they just put their simp energies up as hard as ever because you know, if Michael B. Jordan broke up with Lori Harvey and, a lot of black men in particular and some sisters too were quite disappointed because it was, let me tell y'all why. It was an example of young black love that people like to say doesn't exist or no longer exist. And a lot of these guys, a lot of these simp lords have decided that they're gonna hop on really trashing Michael B. Jordan because they see it as an opportunity to make excuses for whatever sentiments the sisterhood was dishing out. Yeah, tell y'all about this exchange. Oh, what's going on? Indigenous Ultra. What's up? There's another indigenous that frequents this channel quite often. His name is Indigenous TV. So, got another indigenous in the house. So, uh, all right, welcome. And let me keep reminding you guys, if you are new to this channel and you haven't subbed, please go ahead and sub. Help this channel grow. And this channel has seen some growth this week. I don't quite know why. I mean, I guess it's because I'm a cool guy. But let's see. It was just a lot of pandering going on. It was just a lot of guys who wanted to jump on Michael B. Jordan shit because, he couldn't hold down Lori Harvey, which is quite hilarious. But let me tell you about a certain exchange I had on the FB this past week. I don't know, one of my Facebook friends thought it was cavalier to post, basically men who participate in celebrity gossip. That's hoe like behavior. They're acting like hoes. Uh, but he said something that was key, and it just made me. And usually I'm one of those guys that I keep scrolling. If I see something I don't like, I don't engage the post because it just with a lot of these folks it's just a waste of time at this point. People are so insane these days to the point where they're just tiresome and they're just I don't know, just borderline stupid. Phil Brad, what's going on? But he said something that was key, and he was like, these dudes out here are worried about Lori Harvey's bedroom habits. So haven't seen too much of that. Haven't seen too much of that. The only thing I've seen was, Lori Harvey was for the streets. So I called the guy out. I was like, "You're mad at this? You're mad at the fact that people are saying that she's for the streets?" And then, once again, he tried to reinforce the whole uh, these men need to stop gossiping. That's what hoes do. That's hoe behavior. And I basically tried to tell the man, look, men, we can do or talk about what the fuck we want to talk about. We can do what we want to do as long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of others. And that's what makes us men. The fact that we can make these choices and not have to feel anything about it except for a sense of being a man. Like I know I'm like that. I say what the fuck I want to say. I mean, you can take it how you want to take it. You can take it with a grain of salt or you can take it seriously. Just like with any of these broadcasts. And I was accused of defending men acting like hoes, and that word came out of my mouth. I said you're upset because men are saying that Lori Harvey's for the streets. Stop being a simp. That's because that's what you're doing right now. You're being a simp. And of course, he comes back with the whole you hate women. So it's like, man, okay. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave you alone because you thinking real stupid right now. Not even 24 hours later, after he goes on this whole spiel about how men are acting like hoes and participating in celebrity gossip, not even 24 hours later, he does this post where is Lizzo and her supposed man, and his caption is "sis" with a heart emoji. And I'm sitting up there like, yeah, this is why I say fuck simps. Uh, simp, that's why I say I don't trust the guys. There's always an ulterior motive. There's always an agenda. I mean, these are some female trained moist dudes. Like, shit, this dude put up an argument and made himself, not even 24 hours later, into a complete hypocrite. But here's why I say simps don't matter. Here's why I say simps don't matter. And let me look at this chat because I saw something. Oh, look, Ben Porter, what's going on? He said, Indigenous Ultra said, so I'm trying to figure out what's in that profile pic of yours. Looks like a good bit of artwork. But he says Lori Harvey is with Jack Harlow now. Now, look. I don't care who dates who, that whole interracial thing. I don't dick police or whatever. But I did see a post that was, by a B Dub that was in relation to that. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a post I saw. Jack Harlow thanked B Dubs basically for his career taking off. Basically said that there's not a time where I won't ever thank them for this. And the reason why is because of a music video I never watched, but I read a post on it. Anybody that is familiar with Little Nas X, he did that video when he was in prison And like I said, I never watched this video. I never, I'm secure in my sexuality. It's just not my thing to watch a bunch of gayness go on the TV set, uh, or on the set smartphone or wherever. But Lil Nas X, that video, I guess when he was in prison, and all the black dudes were gay in the video, but Jack Harlow was in that video and had a B Dub black woman all over him, and that was the only heterosexual thing that was going on. So my thing is that's probably why B Dubs like Jack Harlow, But when a girl, B Dub, posted this on Facebook, she said, finally, her caption was like, finally, something positive about us. And my immediate thought was, first off, it was two immediate thoughts. Well, it ties in anyway. I say I love when they post like this. I love when they post like this because all these black simps, all these old slow tips, all these the B Dub is God type people, when the your average social media B Dub sees something like that, they forget every dude, every black dude that ever simp for them. They forget them. They don't count. These dudes don't count. They don't care how much these black dudes simp for them. They just don't care. It's not, it's immaterial to them. And it's like I said, I got jumped on social. I always get jumped on social media for sharing my opinion because a lot of people are they view my opinions as too strong, rather. And I said this on one post because there was many posts about Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, and it truly was the talk of the town. It truly was. Like this one guy, he has sort of an okay following on FB. He reposted what this other guy had posted about, Lori Harvey was rich. She didn't she would not have gotten married, blah blah blah. She has too much going for her. Dude was like my sentiments exactly. And it was like I didn't have much to say about the situation. I mean, I did a whole broadcast of it on Monday, and what I was the sentiment I was saying was, basically, the two are gonna be okay. What's going on, Greg? The two are gonna be okay. The two are gonna he gonna be okay and she gonna be okay. I mean, breakups aren't very easy things to go through unless you're a person that's just nonchalant and don't care, like I believe Miss Harvey is. But you know, I finally just like, after just reading all of these things, I finally just like said that, listen up, fellas. Uh, it seems as if no matter the black man, no matter if he's a good guy, no matter if he's a guy of great status or stature, it just seems like the black man is just not good enough for the black woman. And yes, when I said that, I got hopped on. I got hopped on by quite a few people. Got called weird. Yeah, I got called weird, by a few guys, because their egos are not in check. They just did not want to believe that they were in this category that put them at the bottom. And if you're a black man in Western culture, we're pretty much all in the same boat. I mean, I'm not saying that we're all the same, that we're all a monolith. I'm just saying it's like we're all in the same little disadvantaged boat. And how we deal with it and how we adapt to it is what truly defines us. But right offhand, we are thought of in a way by a lot of B dubs and a lot of black men as being subpar. You know, no matter what we do, you could be and this is a real example. You could be a nuclear physicist and be taught and be thought of that below the food chain. What's going on, Donnie of YS4W? Shoot. So, but once again, I get hopped on. I get castigated for my opinion, and I gave little to zero fucks about it. I don't like. Look, I don't. I don't share an opinion to appease. I don't share an opinion to pander. If it's what or you know, I could believe what I'm sharing is fact, and I could back it up by a ton of evidence. But no matter what, it just seems like that we're people that we just believe what we want to believe. And if we don't like what we hear from coming from the other guy, no matter how factual that guy is, fuck that guy. Yeah, I do believe that is just something that we have to get out of because, uh, like it or not, we're looking like a bunch of idiots out here when we just go based off how we feel or if we disagree with the person instead of trying to debunk the person or you know prove the person to be untruthful or unfactual or if that or not factual, which is probably the proper way to say that. We go into insults, we go into straw man deflections, and this is something that a bunch of simps, including guys who are named Hank, would go into. Like, guys are straw man into, oh, so what? In order for black men to be good enough, Lori Harvey had to marry Michael B. Jordan. I'm like, no, motherfucker, that's what I was saying. It's like, damn, look at the statement again. Read. That's all you gotta do is fucking read. But you know, shoot, I guess that's something that we don't like to do nowadays. We don't like to uh take a statement for its literal meaning. We like to go into these little dumbass straw mans and try to make the other guy look bad instead of just seeing what the fuck that I'm actually saying. And deep down, like, we don't like our sometimes don't our egos get the best of us. Sometimes we don't like to think that we are subpar individuals, and we really aren't. But my point was, this is what everyone else thinks of us. I don't give a fuck, but it's just fact. They're always they, as in your ordinary everyday B dub, is going to believe that she somehow is in a position above you. And it's because she has a vagina. Doesn't have to be based on anything else. And that was all I was trying to say. And what these simp lords do, and not only uh, push back against that, which is okay, as long as you're being somewhat factual with that shit. They would just find an opportunity to try to drag you with insults, and then and they love when the females join in. Now, let me tell y'all something. I could care less what a bitch thinks. I could care less. I seriously could. And the reason for that is they go into these conversations based off emotion. And this ain't about emotion to me. It's about what I see. What I see and the evidence that I'm able to put together. Shoot, I don't care. It's like I'm not a female led person. I am not a simp. And I don't have to sit there and go through all these great lengths to prove that I'm not a simp. And I've been called a simp before. You know, I don't defend bad behavior. I feel like I got stake in this. Shit, a stake in the form of my little girl. I want her to think logical, but seeing that she's a female, it might go the other way. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping to hope and just hoping for this much. When she becomes of age and she becomes an age where I can no longer tell her what to do, then she does the right things. And there'll be enough examples out here for her to go by that, just and that are just she be like, hopefully if she sees what I see, she'll be like, I don't want to be this stupid bitch right here. I don't want to do this stupid shit right there. And my dad told me about this already. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. If it happens or if it doesn't happen, just like I said, just got to keep my fingers crossed. Shoot, I'm like, dudes, but well, I mean, these dudes don't understand. These simp ass dudes, they don't understand. No matter how much they simp, is that they don't matter. You don't matter. Nothing you really do means anything. You're there for the moment, but when they decide to discard you just for sharing a little truth, they will discard you. Shit, when some white dude comes in and say, I love a black woman, then they turn around and say some shit like, oh, we don't ever get positive feedback like that. Even when some black dude simp. Like I told you, this guy, after Kevin Samuel's death, he made a post, love a black woman. That is all. Because he saw that shit. He saw them girls dancing on that man's grave. He saw them girls trying to drag Kevin Samuels for dying. And he wanted to deflect from that by saying, love a black woman. That is all. And he got a few comments that was liking to what I just said. Oh, we don't ever get positive feedback like this. We don't ever get treated like these married bitches too now. We don't ever get treated well by black men like this. I said, this is downright fucking pathetic. And then I just try to make a point. All that simping you do, and they never remember what the fuck you say. They never remember what you say. They never remember that, like, oh, all these black men, all they do is bash us. When they say all they do is bash us, guess what? They don't remember you simping. They don't remember that shit. They don't fucking care. They're like, dude, like them simp biscuits must taste good because you got to work damn hard for them. They don't give a fuck about you. I mean, shit. And the reason being is not necessarily because you're a simp. Because I mean, shit. A lot of the times, I feel like they do know that you're just pandering, and that pandering don't mean shit. It's because you're a black man. It's because you're a black man. You have little to no value. You are one of the most powerful people on the fucking planet, and you don't even value yourselves. Not all, of course. Not all. But for the most part. For the most part. There's always some BS, and it's sad to look at. It's sad to observe. Shoot. But I tell you what, my resolve as a black man, through seeing all of that, through seeing niggas simp, seeing niggas degrade themselves just so they can get some form of recognition from the B dub, my resolve hasn't changed. Not one bit. Not even an iota. Sometimes I lose faith in my brothers, my fellow black men. Sometimes I lose faith in y'all. I see the simping. I see the fuckery. I see some actual weirdness. You know, I see how dudes just want to fight. Dudes want to get on their HNIC. I see that. It is very hard to defend you guys sometimes. It is. But I am an ally, being a black man myself. I am an ally of the black man. I am. It's hard sometimes, but shit. We all we got, brothers. We all we got. Let me look at this chat. And that's okay, Kev. I don't want to be not good enough for the least desired women. If I'm not good enough for what dwells in the basement, I'm still looking from the top of the stairs. Indigenous TV, is that you? Or are you another indigenous? Unlike B Dub, cellar dwellers, black men are amongst the most desired men. I know yeah, that's you. I know Sub Zero doesn't think that, but reality doesn't care what he thinks. Brad and Demetrius get the same women. Uh, what can I say about Sub Zero? I don't know. Maybe he has a little bit of that HNIC complex as well. I mean, he's a fellow hometown guy, but I mean, he is doing a bit much. Indigenous Older said, "Do you have Instagram?" Yeah, I do. I have Instagram. I don't be on it that much, but I am all lowercase letters. Kev underscore BMBBH YouTube. That is my Instagram. I don't like I said, I don't do very much. I don't do like live videos talking to folks. I just kind of got it in sync with my Facebook post. So whatever I post on Facebook with a pic that is in the proper dimensions, it'll hit Instagram. I don't really mean for all of them to do that, but shit, it is what it is. Maybe I'll use it for something more than that one day. So yeah, so let me type it in so I can let me type it in so I can, if y'all want to go and follow me on Instagram, like I say, I don't do that much on there. But let me just bear with me one moment. Too. So while y'all watching, type in how your week was. How's everyone's week? How's everyone's week? You know, was it good? Was it bad? Did you expect more? Did you get what you expected? I mean, shit. Did you get a raise? Did you get noticed on the job? Or if you work for yourself, did you make strides in that? Shoot, yeah, yeah, that's my Instagram right there. Shoot, but just know this: Kev is always on your side, and also know this as well: Kev doesn't have to simp. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, man. But shoot, I didn't know that Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey would catch fire like that. Shit, everybody was talking about that shit. Everybody. Shoot, but I don't know. I just get a little. Sometimes I just get a little disappointed in seeing my brothers act the way they act over it. Just like they would have done so much better with Lori Harvey. Like I'd have alpha my way through that shit. You know, Michael B. Jordan ain't no real nigga. Man, y'all wouldn't have known what to do with that shit. Y'all have been like puppies to that woman. Y'all have been like puppies to that woman. Shoot. Exactly. Yeah, man, but let me see if somebody wants to come up. We'll drop the link in the chat, you know. Copy. No, no, no. Hold on. Let me I don't even know if that's the right one. Just they said Lori Harvey is high value on what grounds? Who her stepfather is? uh I don't know. I wouldn't exactly say that. I mean, for the money she's making, for all everything she's gained since dating a bunch of rich guys, if you just want to base it off money, because that's what a lot of people base high value off of. They base it off how much money someone has. She's doing pretty well for herself. I mean, clout chasing pays. Said Michael B got way more money than us and can't make a B Dub happy. That's sad and unfortunate, man. I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Like I was telling you guys. Uh, Look, it just seems like no matter what we do as a black man, we're just not good enough. And I mean, like that's something you shouldn't feel bad about because in reality, you are good enough. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying how we're viewed. Just one moment. Let me see something real quick. Indigenous said my old channel got torched. They finally got me. Man, I didn't know you had a channel. I mean, all I see you is in the chats. You said that as soon as you get a new mic or whatever, you're gonna start coming on these panels. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta go out and go back in real quick. Just one second. Just stick around. Jesus. What up, Juan G's? Yeah, just stick around one second. Okay, there it is. All right, let me do something real quick. Drop this link in the chat. Somebody wants to come up, you can come up. If you don't, well, oh well. Sophia with the flower emoji. Hello. IMO, men have to be providers. I agree with that. Oh, you got the Princess Jasmine emoji. Men have to be providers, but you also have to be someone that they want to provide for. Shoot, that's just my whole take on that. You know, yeah. But a simp, I will not be. Simps are very disingenuous. They're almost like what's this word that what this word that someone said they're demagogues. They're basically guys who are fancy themselves leaders that just want to appeal to the masses based on feelings and emotion, which means that they're not doing any kind of goddamn good anyway. Yeah. That man said, Indigenous Ultra said, define the word provide. Said, most B dubs don't understand what that word actually means. Well, I mean, hey, here's Sophia. I am the table. Oh, here we go. I am the table. Provide like pay the bills, work, take care of the kids, and make a lot of money to take care of the women. Oh, what's going on, Red Planet Photography? Photography. But like I said, you got to be that kind of woman to, be, you've got to be the kind of woman to provide for, and that right there is subjective. Yeah. And in 2022, to a lot of these men, that sounds like a bit much. It's like, what are you gonna do? Use like I am the table. I never understood that logic, but oh well. Uh, and it starts. So anyway, just get back on the subject matter of simps. You don't matter. And I'm just gonna tell you, you just don't matter. I just don't even understand why you simp in the first place. Shoot, I mean, is and like I said, even for the married ones, I'm like something's got to be missing at home. Like I never understood why a married man simp unless his wife is looking over his shoulder and watch how he's reacting and how he comments on his social media. You know, or sometimes I feel like some of those husbands out there that simp like that. Sometimes I feel like they're being threatened. I'll divorce you and take everything. You better do. You better say what I want you to say. God damn it, Dollar Washer. What's going on? What's going on? Shoot, I can understand. I can understand why the single guys do it. They trying to, like I said, they trying to make that play. But let me tell y'all something. I've never, ever, ever heard a man say, "Man, I got all this pussy by simping." Man, I simped so good for that girl. Man, she blew my mind when I got home. I've never, ever heard that. Never, never. I've never heard. I've never heard a guy say that. I sent my way into some pussy. But I will say this: pussies dry up around simps. I mean, not no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, pussies dry. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I said that right. Shoot, pussies get dry. The Mojave Desert around simps. And shit start chapping and shit. Motherfuckers start cracking like horror like how you like skin be cracking and shit because it's so dry. That's how it is. Oh boy. Sophia said, "Ultra, we bring out beauty. Sperm chases the egg. All women want, all women want from men is to get a high paying jobs. That's not really much to ask. Also, being tall and well groomed. Are you trolling?" Greg says, "No woman will respect a simp because he's kissing her arse." Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not giving them much respect. I mean, let me tell you something. The most luck that I've had with women was not birthed from simping. It wasn't. Petway boy, what's going on? Going on? Good to see you. Tell you, Sophia, you can't do me one and go ahead and sub the channel. Shoot, but yeah. Or better yet, Sophia, since you're here, answer this question: has any man ever gotten in your pants by simping? And I mean, you know what I mean by simping too. I mean, like, all that shit you're saying down there in the chat, paying your bills, washing your car, uh, singing R&B music. All that simp stuff. You know, attacking other brothers verbally for telling you the truth. That man said, what you say? What you say, indigenous? Said I'm not going to SBE. She almost took me down an SBE rabbit hole, Kev. Yeah, man. There's been a couple. There was three broadcasts I watched on trying to clear the air by SBE. Yeah, all of them was funny. All of them was funny. Sometimes I don't know what a couple of these guys are thinking, but I mean, I know what SBE is, but one of the guys said something exactly almost how I said it. I mean, it would seem like he was kind of pushing back on the way I had said it. I said that SBE seems like it was becoming a male feminist trope, and he said that saying SBE or trying to push against SBE is not being a male feminist. I was like, but then he said something that I wholly disagree with. He said that if you're married, you're a male feminist, and I was like, nah, bro. Now you just. I mean, I don't know if he was like chasing the bag with his crowd, or did he really actually mean that shit? But that was, man. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like shit. How are you like how are you a male feminist being married? I mean, one thing you got to do is you got to start giving power to bitches. Like and that's exactly that. Like, how do you know that as a married man that I'm not the dominant one in a relationship? I can tell you one thing: if I wasn't the dominant one, I wouldn't be on here. Shoot, but like some of these folks will say any fucking thing. Some of these people, Prepper 101, what's going on? Man said SBE is like the test they use in Blade Runner to identify replicants. SBE is almost always identify Simps because Simps SBE. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. Yeah, Sophia. Men are allowed to have female friends. I have male friends. It's called social networking. I'm not ready to be married. I'm studying for a job. And that right there is very well your business. But you cannot, I'll tell you one thing though, you cannot expect men to do married stuff for you if you don't want to be married. Because a lot of when females speak like you, it seems like you want a man to do married stuff for you without actually being married. And those two things do not go together. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to meet them halfway. But I'm not a relationship counselor. My expertise is not relationships. At least I don't think so. I hope that people don't think that I've come up here to talk about relationships. I mean, I can comment on what I observe from day to day shit, but as far as talking about what's best for your relationship and how you should view a relationship, no, I'm not that guy. Not that guy, at least. Yeah. But anyway, guys, let me see something real quick. I don't even know how long I've been on. Like for some reason the timer ain't on damn StreamYard. Okay, it's been about an hour. Yeah, but let me see if I can make my points a little bit clearer. Okay, for the way that we are as black men unrecognized for when we do take up for a female or take up for black women in general, for the way that we are unrecognized, even if we like and one lesson that I had to learn in all of this was the fact that I am married to a black woman. And it I found out like really quick that didn't matter because a lot of the complaints that do come from black people in general is that black people aren't marrying each other enough. Black people are dating out. Like, black men are dating out, black women are dating out. So it's really not anything that you could tell a person because of said factors. But then when I come forward and start saying a lot of the things that they didn't want to hear these other guys say, then they show me really quick that they don't want to hear me say it either. So I'm a little tired, and yeah, that's because I'm sore from being back in the gym. So I mean, it's not the fact. It's never going to be who you are. It's never going to be who you are. They will still say all day that these black men out here hate black women. That these black men don't want black women. They'll say that shit all fucking day. And they'll say it till the fucking cows come home. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It never will matter. Me being married in the social media climate does not matter. They are not going to stop saying what they're going to say. So if I'm married to a whole black woman and I tell you guys the truth and you discard it, what makes you believe that they're taking the simp seriously? What make a simp believe that he can do any better? He might get some online simp biscuits. He might get a little recognition. He might get help from a lot of those B dubs in roasting the guy that's telling the truth. But that's as far as it goes. Marco Ross, what's going on? That's as far as it goes. As far as it goes, they don't care who you are. You can be married to the darkest of the dark skinned black women. You can be married. You can be married. You can be married to that, and it still won't matter. They're still going to say that black men don't like them. That black men are at the bottom. That black men are dusty, are defeated. You know, they're gonna say that. They're gonna say that, and they could care less. They honestly could care less. The only reason why a simp exists is for distraction to them, just to distract from the actual convo, just to be protected from accountability, even though they don't care and they won't take accountability anyway, especially when they destroy children, especially when they destroy themselves. They can destroy themselves all day for all I care. I'm not trying to fly in and go and come to their rescue. And I don't recommend any brother do that. Stop rescuing these. Yeah. So, all right. Let me see. All right. I got 23 likes. So if you aren't one of those likes, go ahead and hit the like on this video. Yeah. All right. And also, shoot, the Cash App is active, and the and the Super Chat is active as usual. Mm. So, the man said, "Do simp biscuits come with jam?" No, it comes with bullshit. Sophia said, "I watch female empowerment channels." Now, when I hear female empowerment, it especially in social media, it usually means the depowerment of men. And man said, I'm about female, and Sophia says, I'm about female empowerment, and I'm a left leaning politically. Oh, shit. Oh, you one of them. I mean, you do what you want to in that arena, but I'm pretty neutral when it comes to politics. I don't really like the Democrats or the Republicans, but uh, I'm super disappointed in the Democrats. Is how yeah, and I mean, it ain't because of these high gas prices either. It's because of other things. But that's for another broadcast, I would say. Oh, you're a Cynthia G gal. Ooh. So I watch YouTuber Cynthia. I guess I'll give it a watch later. I watch YouTuber Cynthia, and I'll leave it at that. Okay. Let's I don't see how a female can feel empowered by watching her in particular. It's just I don't. I just like I said. Usually when I hear female empowerment, it usually means the depowerment of the black man or the depowerment of the male gender. How are you empowering yourselves, depowering the one people that can actually save your ass from a lot of trouble? I've never heard a nation of powerful females winning a war. Only in fantasy and lore. That's the only way. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the difference between me and you, Sophia. I don't really watch her. I, I, I can't. Like, some of the stuff is triggering. I'm not one of those. If it don't apply, let it fly. I just don't watch. Uh, Red Planet Photography says these B Dubs is cheering on Lori Harvey as a player finesser. Yeah, I wonder if y'all seen that TikTok video on that girl that was like, "Oh, Lori Harvey inspired her. She dates somebody, she just gonna drop him because Lori Harvey just keeps getting better and better with each guy. I don't see how that is because out of all the guys that she's dated, Michael B. Jordan was her best chance. And, and I mean, like that's pretty subjective, but you got Diddy's son, then Diddy, then Future, then Michael B. Jordan. Tell me if you're getting better and better from that. I mean, if you want to rate it on money, Diddy was a nine-figure guy. So let's see. All right, look, it's Mr. Z. What's going on?
What's going on, Kev? What's up with you?
Oh shit, nothing, man. So what are your thoughts?
Man, a lot of thoughts, a lot of thoughts. The Lori Harvey thing, yeah, I saw those comments all over the internet also of women cheering it on. I mean, black women have decided to go scorch earth, as I've said before. Nothing is good enough. No man is good enough. No money is good enough. No status is good enough. Nothing. They're on self-destruct mode. 25 is too young to get married. 40 is too old to get married. It's just they're just ripping these. They're I don't know. They're ripping each other apart. They're trying to rip us apart. They're trying to rip up the society. They're just many of them are just unhappy, and nothing will make them happy. So now no, let me take that back. You know what makes them happy? Spiting black men. And because Lori Harvey is an attractive young black woman, right, with just about her pick of the litter when it comes to men, black men specifically, they don't want her to end up with a black man, right? Not when she's young and still hot. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw some of those comments that were saying, I would love for her to end up with an Arab sheik or with a European, right? Like because really, like that's how far we are now. They want to use this woman to spite black men that bad. They hope she ends up with a white man. Like that is I don't even know like how do you even put that into words? I mean, you want to use another person as a weapon against a whole entire group of people because you don't like the way you look in the mirror, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, they're even going to like there's speculation that she started to date this rapper Jack Harlow, and they're praising
Mm,
that. Now I don't know.
yeah,
Now I don't know.
possibly,
Now I don't know how.
possibly.
Now, I don't know how true that is, but like,
Mhm.
I mean, me, I could care less. I
Yeah,
I could care less. I
I
mean,
mean when Jack Harlow walked up on what's her face Quavo's ex what's her face the little black Asian mix sister from down here yeah, when he walked up on
talking
her.
about Saweetie.
Yeah, Sweetie. Yeah, he walked up on Sweetie at one of those award ceremonies, and he low key flirted with her. And all those swirler divester types, their hearts were swooning. They were hoping that she would date him, right? But man, but I want to say this to especially to the swirler divester types. Get over it. Most black women are just not attracted to non-black dudes. They're just not. They're just not. They might date them to spite us. They might give them some pussies for some money, but for the most part, they're not, especially not a white dude that's like that's all over black culture, right? Like essentially they're like, I'm pretty enough and I have the status enough and the money enough to not date the white dude that's pretty much sounding like a black guy, walking like a black guy, acting like a black guy. Like why would I be with the imitation? Right? Yeah, y'all want to do that to spite us. The women in those positions usually are like, yeah, nah, right? Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. And so I'm yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she's really dating Jack Harlow, and and let's see how long that lasts. Maybe it turns into something serious, maybe not. So yeah,
Probably. Well, I mean, based on the past track record, but the difference is he's white. So I mean,
yeah.
she
I
might.
mean, she could pull a Eve.
Yeah, like like get her like an Arab chic, like Janet
Yeah,
Jackson or Rihanna,
yeah.
somebody
But you see what they did. Both of those women. How did that end up?
over.
Exactly, exactly. Rihanna left the nigga talking about he was too boring. My
God.
point exactly. My point exactly.
Yeah, but shout out to Greg. Thank you for the cash app, brother. Really appreciate the support. Uh, yeah, yeah, but going on to the subject matter. When you hear a statement like "Simps don't know that they don't matter," do you have any thoughts on that?
Wait, Simps don't know that they don't matter, or Simps don't know that they do matter?
No, they don't matter.
I mean,
The point
mhm.
is that simps are basically a utility to distract from the conversation. But as soon as your average social media B dub gets any kind of recognition from any other group of men, they automatically forget that everything the simp had been saying. Like, say Jack Harlow was pandering to black women, saying that he owes, owes like a lot of his success to black women, and there's not anywhere where he won't be thanking them. And there was this girl that posted on Facebook, like, finally, something positive about us, and
Well, that's an insatiable inferiority complex on black women's part, right? Like, there's, I mean, like, that's why they're doing this whole goddess thing, especially now, right? It's like, I need you to worship me for me to even feel normal, right? So that's an
Mhm.
insatiable inferiority complex. And quite frankly, ain't nothing black men can do except make them queen to solve that. White men, on the other hand, can like blink their way and they'll fall over themselves because, well, white men pretty much still run shit. So that's how that goes. And the Jack Harlow comment, I mean, he's doing what the commercials do, right? He's doing what the politicians do. Black women are the backbones of the black community. Like everybody knows how to play the game when it comes to sisters, and some black women know that that's what's going on, and they like it anyway. And other ones don't know that that's what's going on, and they like it anyway. So if the prerequisite to be, I guess, invited to the proverbial black cookout is that all you got to do is kiss black women's rear end, then shit, that cookout gonna be packed as hell because everybody's gonna do that, right? The corporations are going to do that. The politicians are going to do that. Entertainers are going to do that. Everybody's going to do that. That's all you got to do to be invited to the black cookout. Fine, that's easy work, right? So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. And then with the Simps don't know that they don't matter. I think this is interesting because some men, black men in particular, they really think that if you just they really buy into some of the old school merit your way in um type of thing, right? Like if you just or alpha your way through type thing, right? If you just show women, black women specifically, that you're hardworking and that you're always going to be there for them and that you'll protect them and that you love and adore them, worship them, and that everything in the world revolves around them, then you just show your mettle and they'll treat you with respect and they'll be kind to you and they won't sass you for no reason, and you know and yeah, and all those people are dead wrong. 100% wrong, because they don't realize like this is bigger than you, bro. This is about her inferiority complex. This is about her pretty much wanting to be what she think a white woman is.
uh, this myth of white womanhood.
I mean, it really do come back down to that, right? It really does come back down to that. When it comes to like many black women just wanting to, and I'm purposely saying worship because it's not complimented, right? It's not treated with respect. They want to be worshipped because they think white women are worshipped. Meanwhile, show your nearest white suburban neighborhood and like how many percent of those women are getting slapped up by their husbands and boyfriends? How many of them are their sons calling them the B word? How many of them their husbands and boyfriends are cheating on them with a woman that looks less attractive than them? Like but white women don't know that, nor do they care. So I mean, I say white women, excuse me. Black women don't know that, nor do they care. And the simp thing, yeah, Jack Harlow saying that once again, like I said, it's everybody know the game. Everybody knows the game. Everybody knows the game, right? Just tell black women they're the backbone of the black community, and the whole world wouldn't even turn on its axis if it wasn't for them. And there you go, right? Yeah. You hit them with a couple of queen mother goddesses, and you know, placate them. And to me that's sad. Like, yeah, it's sad.
Yeah,
If
it's
it, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's sad, but it's just I don't know. It's just our it this whole we think that just because it's white, it's superior type deal. You know, I think that across the board, a lot of us have a tendency to think that, but them especially. You know, it's
I, I get it. I mean, I get, like I said, Sims don't realize that they matter, that they don't matter. Well, like I said, some of them think that if you just show your metal, you will alpha your way through whatever disrespect comes your way from a woman or whatever contempt she might have for you. And then some of them are just doing it because that's how you get kudo points from women, black women in particular, and that's how you get the vagina from women, black women from in particular, right? Just
Mhm.
speak this particular way, say that, oh God, the world, what would the world be without you? And like that's true enough, actually. But the reason why you sit it is on some placating stuff, So
Mhm.
I mean that it's messed up. I mean, how else would you when you if you meet somebody that like has such a low self esteem and like there's no way to really lift that or help them lift their own self-esteem outside of either denigrating their brother or their sister, right? So like if you meet a woman that has a low self-esteem, right? And like the best way for her to feel better about herself is if you talk crap about her brother all day and then tell her how her household wouldn't run if it wasn't for her, then that's what she'll do, and that's what everyone's doing. That's what like I said, the corporations are doing that. The politicians are doing that. Some black men are doing that. Some non-black men are doing that. Some LGBTQ people are doing that because it's kind of that easy. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
messed up. But hey,
yeah. Sophia, the Cynthia G fan. She says we do want good men being provider, having resources, and treating us like queen is not being a simp. Y'all act like we demand too much. Now, and she also said earlier in the chat that we don't go after color, we go after resources. But like, I don't see how you can say that watching San G, because the second black man is with a white woman and it's very public, then she's complaining about it. But
well,
she's all kinds of irrational anyway. So
that we go for resources comment is crap. If you're going to for resources, I need you to show me your boxing gloves and your boxing shoes, and show me what white woman you're going to go beat up for her top 20% white man. If you going for resources, because all that man, people be talking like you know what it is. People don't know what they're saying, and they think you don't know what you're saying, so they just talk foolishness. Like that's why I always drop the numbers. You ask Raj, I'll be doing that shit just for the fun of it. Half of American men make less than 40 a year, 40 grand a year. Boom, I just took off half of men. One third of men make about 50 plus. 50 still ain't really that much, but So who you fighting over? The 10% of men that make 100 or more? Oh wait, half of those men are married. So you're really fighting over 5% of men? You got your boxing gloves ready? Because them white women ain't gonna let them go just for fun. Just because you got an issue with black men. What are you talking about? We go after resources. I promise you, you don't. I promise you, you don't. It's a nice one liner, though. Fuck out of here. Damn,
we
these people are retarded, bro.
she said we are goddess.
Okay, now you trolling. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even about not saying that black women are not goddesses. I'm not gonna placate you with that BS line though. Half the dudes that tell you that is really just trying to get in your drawers.
Yeah.
And low key, half the women that tell you that are really trying to get in your drawers too. The hell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I guess they took that whole, the first remains that they found was a black woman. They took that shit and they ran with it. What was the
Yeah.
skeleton? What was it? Lucy? They called it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and that's okay. That's not necessarily to denigrate black women. What we are saying though, first, simps are guys that come out of their way. They go out of their way to defend women when women don't necessarily need defending. They go out of their way to cover women when when a woman goes too far, when she says something insane, when she does something insane. A simp is the person that type. A simp is Botham Jean's brother. We forgive you type shit. No, this bitch just killed your brother and she need to be put under the jail. That's what a simp is. If you really want to know, that's a simp.
Mm.
That
Good.
when we say simp, that's what we mean. When it's time to divvy out punishment towards women, the random dude that puts on his cape and say, no, 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 we can't do that. She's a woman. Is she
Mhm.
adult? Yes. Does she have agency? Yes. Does she have autonomy? Yes. Did she know what she was doing? Yes. But we still can't punish her. That's what a simp is. We still can't talk to her like that. That's what a simp is.
Mhm.
Thank you. If you need to know, go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, I'm just giving some shout outs. Tim Howard 5, Infinite Divinity, Project 8020. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Um uh, Man Cold TV, what's going on? Tim Howard 5 says to be provided for and treated like queens, you got to submit and treat him like a king. Because
No, sir. We don't reciprocate over here, sir. You treat her like a queen no matter what she says or does to you, sir. Don't you know you're a walking wallet and overglorified guard dog? You are an object, sir. Stop asking her to treat you with respect. You don't deserve respect. You deserve her to stand on your back, get on the roof, and watch you drown in that fucking New Orleans water. Oops. Oh,
oh
fuck.
shit, Andy, that wasn't a Katrina reference, was it?
You see what I'm saying? Get the hell up, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all, they don't have the ovaries to say it, but really, they want you to do like what that sister put in that Twitter comment a couple years ago, which is, I miss the days when men would just die and leave you their life insurance money.
Oh, good
Yeah,
God.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it really is.
yeah, that's pretty sickening. Yeah, and men like well, a growing trend is that men aren't really getting married. They're focusing on themselves and keeping their quote unquote resources with them because they've seen that the disadvantages they have in society, the in divorce court, I mean, if the marriage doesn't work out, it seems like the man is screwed. So men would rather not get married than tend to fuck up like that. I mean, that's not saying much for my situation, but I just I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. But who knows? That could change at any time. But oh shit! Look, we got Roger. Hold on one second. Yeah, what's going on, Roger?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on, Ross?
Not much, that much, man. Putting in some work. Just got done.
I literally just came off of work too.
You know,
Literally pulling up to the crib.
I hear y'all talking, and I hear something being addressed about we not asking for too much. Yeah, y'all are. Any woman who's asking to be treated like any woman who's asking to be treated like a queen is asking too much. Who worships a queen? Her subjects. Who puts the queen on the pedestal? Her subjects. Who goes out of their way to make sure the queen is absolutely pleasured? Her subjects. Who has to bow to the queen's demands? Her subjects. So if you're talking to men and you have a mindset you're a queen, you are asking too much, literally. Because queens don't get to demand all this stuff out of their husbands. Because the husband is a king. Acting like a queen is just absolutely too much. Work on your kingdom. That means get you a husband, and if you want some subjects, have some kids.
Mm. That only lasts about 18 years too.
And they better have some more. If that's what they need, have some more. I don't know what
That-
to tell you. There's some kids that
yeah.
need to be adopted out there too.
You know
So
why it's funny? I'm happy Raj came in with that because I wasn't even thinking about that for real. You want to rule over somebody. And if you got a husband in the right order of things, it wouldn't be him. So who you ruling over?
Exactly. I don't need no queen, and I ain't looking for one.
Well, shout out to all you hoteps. You see what you done did? Now they out here talking crazy.
Oh man,
I'm the
trust me, I had a
queen.
whole stream playing behind this subject. Yeah, we ain't got time for no queens.
Like, where's your kingdom? Like, you know what though? You know what? I am one that doesn't even entertain being called a king.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
feels weird. It feels weird.
or you know, calling a woman a queen, because it's like I take it in the literal sense. Where's your kingdom? You
Mm.
know, where's your kingdom? You don't have a fucking kingdom. I'm just trying to promote the message that you're good enough as a black man.
Thank you.
You know,
And Kev, let's take that to its full on extent. Roger and Kev, we a little bit of student of history here. Um, the last queen of England, how much blood that bitch got on her hands?
I mean, it's plenty. It's plenty.
You
You
see
know,
what I'm
but
saying? What about her mom? How much blood she got on her hands?
man, I mean,
mhm.
ain't none of them blood free. That
And that
that's
my
just the way
point
it goes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mom,
But
go ahead, Ross.
now I was gonna say,
This
but
is
see,
crazy.
America was this experiment they did where every man got to be his own king.
Hmm.
So if you looking to be a queen in this land where everybody got to be their own king, it means you got to marry some guy so you can be his queen.
Hmm.
But who's gonna worship you at that point? You got to come up with
And
the
there you
worship.
go.
I don't know where you're gonna come up with them people from. Or you know what I'm saying? Now your best chance, how about you start a business, employ a lot of people, and maybe
Mm,
they'll give you some worship. Now I don't think they
mm.
are, at least not the vast majority. But if you want someone to worship you, do something for them to have something to worship.
You won't even get that, Raj, because you could go ask Melinda Gates when she was married to Bill Gates, or Mackenzie Bezos when she was married to Jeff Bezos. They wasn't getting worship neither. So
But you know what? I think
yeah,
I think at least at the very least, they probably were not spoken. No one probably spoke negatively about them
that's
around.
true. That's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? So, if you want something like if you want to be worshipped, your best bet is to do something for the people you want to worship you. But see, that means you got to do something for them.
Mm. Wait
Now,
a
figure
minute,
that out.
Raj. You
But
talking about what? Wait a minute, Raj.
you, you starting
Wait.
to catch it. You starting to catch it.
You talking about doing stuff for people, sir? No, bro. No, that's not what we do over here. You worship
Uh,
me
uh,
because I came out the womb with a womb, sir.
nah. I don't know. I don't know of any queen in history that did not have to do something for somebody else. I don't know. I ain't never heard of those queens. Every queen I know of served her kingdom.
She had to do something, bring something in, silk, something,
She
sugar,
literally
spice.
she serviced her kingdom however it needed to be serviced. That's
Hmm.
every queen in history. I don't know of one kingdom where a queen did not service that kingdom.
Well, sir, um,
So
in
so
America, black women said we got to be the first.
okay, I mean a queen without a king is a dream.
True. Hey, hey, why? Hey, the I'm pretty sure that some of the sisters in the LGBTQ would have a word with you. And listen, why can't be a queen with a queen?
I mean they can have a word all they want. It ain't gonna mean nothing to me. Because remember, when they say queen, that's just a slang term. That's
Yeah, they
all that
say it
is.
with the
It's nothing no different.
KWEEN. Yeah.
It's a slang term that holds no real weight.
Mm, that should kill me. This is some weird. I don't know, Kev. This is some weirdo stuff. I think we're dealing with people that's so far gone mentally. Now they need little phrases and terms and um people fighting like we really care what they talking about, and they need people to placate them just so they could wake up in the morning, just so they don't be on suicide watch. They need somebody at least pretending to kiss their rear end. Go ahead, Rose.
think you used the
Mhm.
right word.
Mhm.
Weirdos.
Yeah,
Queens want somebody to. Queens don't have a king yet. They want to be worshipped. That's a weirdo.
Mm, yeah,
But what you have with social media is like you make a bunch of friends and you're able to say shit you wouldn't say in front of folks and
yeah,
have people actually agree.
yeah,
Yeah, and I
yeah.
mean like that goes for a bunch of folks. Like, they had this one chick named Aisha B that used to say a
Mm,
lot of stupid shit on Facebook,
mm-hmm.
but she'll have legions of people coming in trying to validate her. And that those people included like a lot of bitter B dubs who claim all kinds of labels like feminist, and you had a bunch of simps as well.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
girl.
wait, 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 Kev. I'm sorry, Kev, for cutting you off. Wait, 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 wait. Do people not see the fundamental contradiction between being a feminist on one hand, at least what they say they're supposed to stand for, and then also wanting to be on some feminine, air quotes, traditional feminine stuff? Do y'all not see the contradiction there?
Well, you
Well,
know what?
This is some insanity, bro. Go ahead, Raj. I'm sorry.
I was gonna
I'm
say
sorry.
they might not. Have y'all ever been to school and they had like a separation of kids? Like, did y'all ever have those
Oh,
remedial
you?
classes
Yeah,
or
yeah,
those
yeah,
special
yeah. In
education
middle
classes?
school. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
them people become adults in society.
Good point. Good
yeah,
point.
like also
Yeah.
like we had a crack area in the black community,
Yeah. True.
and
True.
and a lot of those women that was addicted had babies with
Yeah.
a lot of mental shortcomings,
Yeah.
and those people became adults as well, and just kind of
Good
blended in
point.
with the rest of us.
Yeah,
That.
you know what? That's a point. I'm not gonna say it's a large percentage of those, but that
Mhm.
is true. I can't say what you said is
Mhm.
untrue, but I just want y'all to pay attention to the fact that there were a bunch of remedial kids out there. There was a bunch of
Yeah.
kids that was in like a slower class because they couldn't keep up with other
Mhm.
students in the grades. There were
Mhm.
there you have things where they would be gifted programs, and the gifted program was the minority, and the majority was the regular folk.
And then
So
there was
it
a
was
minority of slower kids too. Yeah. Yeah.
and then when you did not have resources to put the remedial kids separate, the
Mhm.
remedial kids was just in there with the regular kids.
Yeah.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So there are
Yep.
remedials amongst the regulars.
Yeah.
So
That's.
I think a lot of us we forget that when we become adults, and these
Yeah.
people have access to social media too.
No, you're right, Raj. I actually did forget. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely, and that, but that, and so that's what because okay, because when Kev said that, it triggered me. I ain't gonna lie, it triggered me because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all on some Mother Goddess, feminine, divine stuff, but then also on some feminist stuff too. Do you not understand? You know what? If really what you're looking for is to be ego stroked and placated and get to skirt off from responsibility and accountability, then actually you could make that work because you could tiptoe and hopscotch into each box whenever you so please. Now, how that looks in the long run, antidepressant pills, but I mean, I guess you could do it in the short run when you're still maybe cute. I don't know how it's gonna work for you when you Vivica A. Fox age. Ooh, goddamn, I said that out loud.
Well,
But yeah,
some of them don't want to do what they really need to do. Because I was actually listening to something earlier, and it was a chick. She wasn't black at least. At least she wasn't black. But she was saying some very silly stuff. And you know what she made me notice though? Because she mentioned MGTOWs. Now
mm,
MGTOWs are like the men going their own way. So they still having sex with women, they having relationships with women, but they
mhm.
won't marry a woman, they won't have a child with a woman, they won't do anything to legally put themselves in the clutches of women. They won't
Yep,
live with the women and all that from my understanding of the MGTOWs. And who are the women who want to be strong and independent? What do they want to have? They want to have their own jobs, their own businesses,
yep.
their own homes, their own cars. I was thinking about it. Independent women should go be with MGTOWs.
They already have a term called bwigtao, which was like when black women tried to kind of
I mean,
co-opt their own
I'm
thing.
talking about
Yeah, it was
something real.
small. Yeah,
I'm talking about
yeah,
something
yeah,
real. Yeah, I get
yeah,
black women always trying to steal somebody else's stuff, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I'm just saying the wild part is because independent women are really worthless to normal men. But
True.
if a man is going to be MGTOW, he's there to have a relationship with you where it can be sexual, but he's not gonna let you live with him, which is
Mm-hmm.
smart. He ain't gonna give you no kid, and he's not gonna marry you. All that is through the, you know what I'm saying. That's the beginning. That when you walk in, this is what we ain't doing. Independent women make a perfect match for those guys because they want to have their own
Yeah.
house, their own cars. They don't want to need no man. But a MGTOW man is trying to make sure he ain't too financially involved with you anyway.
But Raj, the independent thing, if look, we're all grown ass men here. We done all been around a sister that say that and then you put wood to her and then all of that's out the window after about the third, fourth time. Yeah, she can handle it. Yeah, yeah, we don't got yeah, we just benefits and then guess what? About the third, fourth time, all that's out the window and now she blowing your phone up. They don't mean it.
So what?
Temper
They said it.
tantrum.
So what? They
Yeah,
said it.
Yeah, you're
Open
right.
to their
Yeah,
world.
you're right. You're
yeah.
right.
Let me direct your attention to the screen, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, RPM gave me this wonderful idea. I already knew this, but this is another what do they call it? A homonym or
Mm-hmm.
homophone, something like that, to the word queen, spelled
I'm stealing it. This was genius.
Quean. It is a noun. It is defined as an impudent or ill-behaved girl or woman, or a prostitute. And saying queen is sometimes confused with queen,
Mm-hmm.
which happens very often in these social media streets.
Mm.
So for it,
RPM, you ain't shit for this, but it was perfect.
yep, perfect.
Perfect.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, you do know and get the word out there. If they want to
Hmm.
be this kind of queen in context, they are absolutely correct.
Hear ye, hear ye. Henceforth,
I ain't gonna
we
lie.
will refer to them.
I ain't gonna lie. I knew about that, but I try to leave it alone.
Hear ye. No, no, Raj, this is a good one. That's actually, I mean, like, especially the ill-behaved part. Like, I mean, for me, if you notice how I speak, I'm very careful on how I advocate for stuff. I'm pretty neutral in that. I like to be like matter of fact about whatever the numbers are or the trends or whatever, and then let people decide how that's going to turn out. What I despise is when adults in general, women specifically, try to play this hopscotch game where like I want to do this thing but I want like a safety net to catch me if it fails. But I don't want to say I want a safety net if it catch me if it fails. I just want to trick you into catching me if it fails, which is exactly what like rest in peace, Kevin. Modern women, black women in specific, are trying to pull. It's I'm gonna pull this stunt with this dude that may not be able to do what I need him to do, but I need like a good dude on the back end in case if it fails. Or um I'm gonna play around in my youth and do whatever I want to do with whoever I want to do it with, and then I'm gonna try to shame men on the other side of 30 and 35 to marry me, even though I was doing this weird stuff with whatever dudes I was doing it with before 30, 35. Or I want to have fun, go to college, not graduate, and then meet some baller dude that I'm not really attracted to, but I'll pretend like I'm attracted to just long enough for him to knock me up. And then I'll stay married to him for 10 years and then get that lifetime alimony. And that's my safety net. Like it's always some type of game like that. And that's why I speak the way I do to be very clear. These young dudes ain't going for it. You might get a few millennials. You might be able to scrape off a few millennials, maybe a few more Xers. Baby boomers are about they done. They not really baby boomers on some player shit. They not trying to do that anymore. So I mean, hey, it
Well,
ain't it ain't
well,
looking good.
my thing is, men just gotta learn to listen to women. If she
Yeah,
says she's strong and independent, don't need no man, just don't give her no money. You good.
yeah.
Because that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? If she said she want to get it for herself, let her. You know what I'm saying? if that's one of the things that men can do to combat some of this silly stuff that's going on. Just listen to what the woman said and act like it's the truth. Don't just say she a lie. I know, now don't get me wrong. I'm one of the main people who telling y'all women be lying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying treat her like she's not a liar. If she's
Mm-hmm.
dead to you, accept what she said and treat her that way.
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
one. No, go ahead.
Now
Go
I'm
ahead,
about to go,
Roger.
I was gonna say when she get upset, tell her, look, I'm just going off what you said.
Yeah.
That's it. She gonna say something that's gonna make her run into problems because
Yeah.
that's what they do. Because they do want that safety net, and they're not trying to tell you about it. I'm not even concerned that they want one. I'm just gonna do what she said. And when she have a problem, I'm just gonna say, "Hey, didn't you tell me X, Y, and Z? Well, you wasn't lying to me, was you?" What woman finna say, "Nah, I was lying the whole time"? What woman finna come out and say that?
Alexa, trigger the tears and the sliding on the wall backwards, please.
All
That's
right.
exactly what it's gonna be. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Indigenous Ultra says, he said, what about queefs? Can we call them queefs?
I don't know if you want to do that one. If you know what that is.
Yeah, I know what
I
that
don't know.
is, but
You,
we're gonna look it
I
up
don't know if you
anyway.
want to. All right. I know what that is.
A queef, an audible release of air from the vagina,
Hmm.
typically during or after sex.
That's why I told you. I don't know if you want to look that up.
Man, I had to do it. uh,
Hey,
uh,
because we in the hood we say something else. That's why you might not have known what it was. We call
yeah,
it something else.
I knew it. I knew what a queef was.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
shout out to Gyogami for the super chat. Appreciate it.
But man, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm with Raj. Call him on it. Call him on it. And that goes to the overall topic about simps. It sucks, but if you want to simp, then you have to understand she's gonna drag you down with her, and she still won't respect you. That's the kicker. I would
No.
like to direct y'all to Will Smith.
All right. Will Smith.
2 decades, bro. 2+ decades. You did everything on the highest level. You did everything on the highest level. And
But
she still don't respect you because you ain't the dude that her heart died with the nigga over 20 years ago. Okay? Her heart's in that casket. That's where it is. But you thought you was gonna do something different. I mean, you thought it was gonna be different, and you've been proving yourself to her for over 20 years. And your
yeah,
daughter out here writing love letters to a dead man. But that's a whole different topic. But hey, that's what simp life is.
yeah. So what you're saying is you believe that Will Smith is a simp. Like what? Like I don't like to get on
He's a
Will.
good guy. I don't want to
I,
insult. It's not to be an insult. I think
I
Will
give
is
him
a
more
good guy.
respect. I give him
Go
more
ahead.
respect than that. Will is a
Go ahead.
sucker. He's not a simp. Will
Well, what's
allows
the? Oh
himself
yeah, I
to
don't know the difference. Yeah, you gotta explain
he
that.
Will is a person who allows himself to be taken advantage of. A
Oh,
simp is the person trying to protect women from accountability that they got no vested interest in.
okay.
That's why when when people go on the internet talking about, hey, y'all leave these ladies alone, or the dude who watch a woman hit you, and
Hmm.
and as long as she hitting you, everything fine. But when you smack her back, they be like, hey, that's a female. That's a simp.
Yeah.
He's
Hmm.
trying to protect the woman from accountability. He ain't got
Hmm.
no vested interest in this woman. This is just some strange woman to him. This is just a random, but he does not want her to face accountability in any level. Those
Hmm.
are simps. Will's just a sucker. He is with the woman, so he getting some out the deal.
Hmm.
He's just being taken advantage of. You
Yeah.
know. So whenever he ready to stop being taken advantage of him, good for him. But
I like
I
the way
try
you
not to
put that.
talk about Will.
Yeah.
I think,
Well.
I
Yeah.
think it's worse than the sucker because at least the sucker gets something. The
True.
simp ain't nothing.
Yeah. True. And I want to say this, Kev. For me, I grew up on Will Smith, so it's not about insulting the man. For me, it's like, look, I am of the thought of the mindset, right? Mr. Z is, I got my little channel on YouTube, whatever. But if I was ever to be like that level of star, I understand what my actions are, right? I'm not saying I won't ever never slip up or anything like that, but you're sending a message, and maybe because I'm in the space, especially, I understand the message that's been sent out around the world over the past couple decades about men in general, black men specifically. And Will did a really good job for most of his career showing a upright black man being successful. We didn't have no scandals, no nothing. But over the past, well, pretty much since Jada started that goddamn Red Table Talk, to be honest. But over the past few years, it's like, you know, his wife is just pretty much ripping the bricks out of his wall, and he's letting her do it.
I, I can't say that.
Go ahead, go
Will
ahead, go ahead.
made one bad mistake. He slapped somebody he shouldn't have slapped. That's it.
True.
Outside of that, Will has had a perfect track record. And the truth is, who
Mhm.
cares what Jada does? That's not a reflection on Will. Jada is who she is. It's just that
I
simple.
agree with that. I agree with that, Ross, because that goes back to what I was saying about a woman having autonomy and agency. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is,
She's an embarrassment. That's what
yes,
it comes
that's
down to.
that's yes,
But she's
yes,
an embarrassment because of her. Her
yes.
husband, I can't blame her husband who has enough money and access for Jada to do it, to get anything necessary for her to be a better person. She's just not a good person. And that's on her. It's not Will's fault that she's a bad person.
So what
Because
do
he
you
got enough.
do?
I'll just say he got enough money
Mhm.
for her to go to therapy. He got enough money for
Yeah,
her to go to the best coaches. He got
yeah,
enough money to buy the best books. He got enough money to take her where she needs to be in the world, to even meet the right people to get her in order the way she needs to be. She has all the money and access she needs to be a better person. She just don't want to be a better person. And my thing is, that's not Will's fault.
I'm
Will
not
just
blaming Will
don't
for that.
divorce her. That's the only issue Will
That's
has. He
see,
just won't
that's
divorce
so that's
her.
what I was gonna ask. What do you do as a because look, I've never been married, so I can only speak about that to a certain extent. I don't have kids, I've never been married, especially not for no damn near 3 decades, right?
You ain't got to be.
So
You don't let to know what you would do. You know who you are as a person. And if it
true,
was me,
true, true.
Jada would have been pushed overboard.
That so
That's
that's
just
yeah, that's my question. Yeah, so that
yes,
was gonna be my question. Like, what do
yeah.
you do with that? Because okay, I think Will promised himself something. I don't even think it's about Jada anymore. I think for him it's like, no, I promised myself that I'm not gonna ever get divorced, and that's what I meant. And so, how long do you do when you make a commitment like that, but it's attached to another person? How far do you go in that commitment?
What the thing is, Will is doing something that a lot of us haven't considered and won't go the way he goes.
Mhm.
Will refuses to lose, and that's what his problem
Yeah,
is. He refuses to
yeah,
lose. He wants his marriage to work out. Period. And he's willing
Yeah.
to do
yeah,
whatever it takes for him to make this marriage work out. The only thing that Will can do at this point is just simply change his mind. But
Man.
think about his life. Will refuses to lose. Now I'm saying the same
No, no,
attitude
no.
he has
I'm
with his
sorry, Raj.
marriage.
I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at Silent Lamont's comment in the comment section. I
Okay.
don't know, play. I don't know
Well,
if you
well,
want to,
well,
go ahead, Raj. I'm
let me
sorry.
just say it real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
The same commitment Will has to refuse to lose at life is like the
Hmm.
same commitment he's put into his marriage. And
I
the
agree.
thing is, if you look at how his life is, he's winning
Hmm.
overall when it comes to life.
Yes, yes,
So the thing is, he just because he's so good at what he does, it keeps hope alive that he can somehow win at this marriage. Because this is
yeah.
the only blemish on his record.
I agree.
He's just not winning in the marriage department, but there's nothing else he's not winning in.
True. I mean, even okay, even when we say winning and okay, because now we got to get into semantics. I'm sorry about what does winning look like because we working on almost 3 decades. We got two semi-famous kids out of right. Um, I have an okay relationship even with my ex-wife, right? So like, what does I mean? Will can kind of make the argument that he's winning. I don't think we think he winning, but I
Now,
mean,
Will is winning at everything. There's
yeah,
hardly anybody in the world that wouldn't mind trading places with him on
I agree.
anything. If you look at career, I trade places with him. You look at his money, I
Hmm.
trade places with him. The
Hmm.
only thing you wouldn't trade places with this man on is his woman. That's
True.
it.
And them kids.
His notoriety. Well, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, but that's a whole different thing when it comes to kids because kids can be anything. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, he loves his kids just like anybody else would. Any
True.
normal person would love their own kids anyway. So, and his kids are productive. They're gonna be good for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
All
Mm-hmm.
of
I
them
agree.
generate money. You know what I'm saying? We may not like how they act or whatever to a certain extent, but all his kids are gonna do fine in life. So
Yep.
he's cleared himself on being a good parent, regardless of how he got it there.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, the only thing you really wouldn't trade with Will right now is the love life.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, and the fact that he keep winning so much is probably the reason that he won't give up on her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at what they said at the end of the talk at the red table. Bad marriage for life. So that
It's
lets
one
you
of those
know.
things. Well, the something that can be a blessing can also be a curse. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of what it is. So he just
Yeah.
want to win, so he can just run the full gambit of life. So that's what I'm
So
saying.
that he
Once he
can talk in the afterlife and be like, I won. I won at everything.
Well, I think he
Yeah.
should just change his mind and get a new chick. You know what I'm saying? I think his
Mm.
life would be a whole lot, especially now that his kids is grown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that Will Smith is in the? Do you think that he knows of his good guy status? That's why he wants to ultimately succeed at his marriage because everyone anticipates that the marriage will fail.
I
And
think,
go ahead.
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no,
it's
no,
good.
finish. No,
Yeah. Finish the question if you got more
yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because I'm sorry for stepping on your toes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I'm just saying, like, because I'm this kind of person, and I've never called myself a good guy, but people have called me a good guy, and when someone tells me something like, well, you're not gonna do this good, or you're not gonna be great at something, then I set out to prove them wrong. Do you believe
Hmm.
Will is kind of the same way? He's setting out to prove everybody wrong, and that he's
Mm.
going to prove, like, beating against insanity, that this marriage is going to work.
I, I don't think that's it because
Mm.
Will has been constructing this good guy image
Hmm.
since before he was famous. The man wasn't even cursing
Yep.
his rap. The
Yep.
man had a lot of flack from not cursing his rap. Still wouldn't change. You know what I'm saying?
And with platinum, platinum, platinum.
Yeah, Will been getting attacked since he been a star from not just like the outside sources and stuff that all stars
Hmm.
have to go through. Even other stars done made cracks at Will and he wouldn't change. So he built his image because of what he wanted it to be. So I think he built the exact image that he wants to have. It's just that he thinks because he wins at everything else, that somehow he can win at this marriage. Sometimes winning can be a blessing, but winning can also be a curse. People win so much at the casino, and then they bet the house and they lose, and you
Hmm.
you was up $500,000, and now you go home without a house.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're saying you just don't know how to walk away. Know when to fold them. That's all.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Roger, and I'll add to that by saying Will and Jada. So I read an article of maybe was it even a year ago? It feels like a year ago, but it might have not even been that long, where it spoke of like they constructed the successful black marriage narrative. Will and Jada been they knew that they had that image in a lot of our imagination, and they helped to construct that. So Will is not gonna let that go. It's part of his entire how he markets himself, right? So it's also what Rod said, plus this very tangible because it literally played it. If you X out the past, kind of when that Mark Anthony rumor came out with Jada and Mark Anthony, if you X out from that and backwards, their record damn near been spotless, right? So like, and even with that rumor didn't stay for very long. It Nothing really went haywire up until the August thing, really. So I don't think he wants to let go of all of that what he's built, and it even though it's just this little part of his marriage, like Raj was saying, that's the only even slight blemish on his record, and it's not even really him. He once again he's winning so much he don't realize But you lost this one. Will you just holding on to a corpse, but it's gone, right? But he can't let it go. He can't let it go. So
He just hasn't realized that dumping her is not going to hurt him.
yeah,
Because
I agree. I agree.
there is an image, and there's when you dump a woman, especially because women don't get dumped that much. So if you dump a woman from a public standpoint, there's going to be some backlash. Will just doesn't understand that he could get rid of her, and the backlash he assumes that he's gonna get some backlash because that's just how hoes gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Hoes gonna be upset like all day long. But he has enough people on his side. It ain't gonna matter.
Hmm.
But he got to realize that.
Yeah. Well, hey, bro. I when it comes to once again, I can't do better than what Ross said. I agree with that. That's exactly what it is. He don't realize he's not gonna take a hit. So yeah, that's it. I don't. Yeah, that's the perfect ending statement for that one.
And I don't believe that people hold him accountable for saying that he has a no divorce clause. If he were to leave Jada tomorrow, I think public perception is that we would pretty much understand. Nobody
Hmm.
would be bringing up this whole, oh, but
Nope.
I thought you had a no divorce clause and shit. Nah, it's like we understand, bro.
Hmm.
It'll be
I agree.
only the hoes. Only the hoes gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the literal hoes.
Yeah. Because even other black women will be like, I think the gift and the curse was that slap on stage. And what really did it was the that footage of her laughing when he was walking back. Now, if Will was to divorce Jada tomorrow, like you just said, Kev, pretty much everybody would understand. Like Ron said, only literally the hoes. Everybody would be on some. Yeah, we get it, bro. This is the one time you. This the only time I've ever seen more people this agreed on something is a certain somebody didn't hang themselves in a jail cell, and I'll just say that. But I won't say his name. I don't want to get your channel shut down. But yeah, there's only a handful of things that's ever happened where we all in agreement. And Will leaving Jada and it's not really tarnishing his record is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Will like I follow him his entire career. I mean, when
Hmm.
Parents Just Don't Understand came out, I was there listening to it on the radio as a younger guy. And Fresh Prince of Bel Air is one of my favorite sitcoms of all time.
Hmm.
And the Bad Boys franchise is some of my favorite movies of all time.
Hmm.
I've never not liked Will Smith. I would say that. And the fact that he looked out for his family the way he did after
Hmm.
all of his success, it makes me admire him even more. Like, even though I just don't believe that, Jada at the end of the day is the right choice because it's like one thing is I believe she's very intimidated and very jealous
Hmm.
of his success. Like someone who like he started out as a rapper, then he became an actor and became very successful. Jada had always been an actor, and outside of a couple of movies and a couple of television shows, she's not nearly as successful as Will.
Hmm.
Not at
She
all.
she
Yeah.
shot above her weight class. That's all that
Yeah.
is. What
Yeah.
Jada should have went after somebody that would have been better suited for her because Jada wants somebody that she can rule over.
Yep.
And Will just always have outdone her, and that bothers her, which is why she has the different type of outbursts she has. You know what I'm saying? That I mean, it's I ain't gonna say it's 100% clear because you never know what happened behind the scenes and all that, but it's almost 100% clear.
Yeah.
Jada is just extremely jealous of Will,
I
and that
think
nigga keep winning while she keep losing.
Hmm.
I'm
I
talking
think
about
we
from a career standpoint.
oh yeah, no, definitely. No, and I like when it comes to stuff like this, I like to take a step back and think about what we've been seeing over the past few years, but definitely within the past year of Rod, you remember my quote, the internet's exposing us all, right? And just look at the stories that have been just coming out about just women in general over the past year to the point where like they're trying to do damage control. I mean, everything from the Amber Heard trial to the Will and Jada thing to sisters dancing on Mr. Samuel's grave, like it's making it more difficult. Jada Pinkett Smith And the red table talk, the first, like I said earlier, the Mark Antony thing, then the red table, the August Alsina thing, and the red table talk, and her demeanor there, right, and the entanglement word that became famous, right. Then you have the slap, right. You just put these things in the overall picture of what we've been seeing coming from the female side of the gender spectrum, of the sexuality spectrum. It ain't looking good. And Jada is just one more straw on that camel's back when it comes to the overall conversation, like we were saying, on women having their own agency and having autonomy and maybe potentially being bad people sometimes. I mean, can we ever have that overall? I mean, we have that conversation, but can we have that conversation now in overall society? How bad does it have to get?
Well, I mean, they
Uh,
gonna fight it, and that's just a natural thing for them to do. Of course, when people start recognizing how horrible you acting, of course people gonna recognize it. It's just natural for you to slap somebody in a classroom with 30 people, but if the teacher didn't see you, you ain't gonna just admit that you the person that did it.
I
So it's
believe
natural.
I,
Go ahead.
I believe we are far and away from that day. I do believe it because I mean we just got a Supreme Court justice
Oh
that
yeah.
that is a black woman, and
Hmm.
you can talk about their behaviors. You can talk about how they act all day, how they fall short and subpar on raising kids when they're single moms. You can talk about that shit all day. You're gonna have people fighting that shit, and you're gonna have
Hmm.
people at special interest groups coming to their defense. We
You're
are
100% right.
yeah,
Yeah.
we in this space we call the manosphere.
Hmm.
We're about one of the very few enclaves that's willing to call that shit out. And,
Well, I'm gonna say the black manosphere because the other
Hmm.
one operates a little bit differently.
yeah,
Uh,
True.
yeah. I agree.
and,
I agree.
and when and whenever you mention that Supreme Court justice, I think we need to honestly be saying that you got a a, a white man led black woman on the Supreme
Yeah.
Court justice.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because the leader is gonna be a man. She's married to a white man, so you know I get that she's a black woman, but her interests are gonna go toward the white folks because her husband's a white man, and you really can't even be mad at her for having white people's interests if she's married to a white man. Like it only makes sense at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate black people ain't smart enough to figure this out on a mass level on their own. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. When I first heard that she was going to become a Supreme Court justice, the first
Hmm.
thing I did was look up and see who she was married to. I was like, oh Lord, she probably married to a white man, and that happened to be right because
Hmm.
that's there's a difference between representation and actual power. You know,
Mm.
so yeah, she black, but she's black that stands for what? And people can argue whatever they want to argue, but at the end of the day, her leader's a white man, so whatever their interests are is going to be her primary concern.
Well, Rod, seeing that you opened that door, you already know the clip I'm about to bring up, the supposed leak Joe Biden clip when he was talking to those air quotes civil rights leaders. And you remember what he said about that interracial comment that he made? Oh, look at all these interracial commercials and da da da. And then we get Kamala. Well, we got Kamala before that, and now we got Kentanji, both with white spouses. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. There's a lot of black women that he could have chose from that have black spouses, and he ain't choose from them. He chose Kentanji. So hey, I
Well,
guess
when do they
no
ever choose?
coincidence.
When do they ever put a black woman in a position when she's married to a black man? When
Yeah,
does that happen? Because I
no.
don't. I ain't gonna say it don't happen. I just don't be noticing it because I don't see women in prominent positions that ain't married to white men.
They're
I
sending
don't
you a
see black
message.
women. I
They're
don't see
sending a
black
message.
women married in prominent positions unless
Hmm.
they married to a white man.
Hey,
I don't know of any black woman in any prominent position and she's married to a black man.
the president gave you a message, sir. The president sent a message loud and clear.
What
And then
Master
he,
P saying that wasn't been sentenced since 1619?
well,
What did
yeah.
he get something new?
No, he ain't saying nothing new. He ain't
Yeah,
saying nothing
you
new.
know,
He ain't saying nothing.
I think he just said some old standard stuff. I mean, he the
Yeah.
one told us that we ain't black unless we vote for him.
You know what? Yeah, I guess I ain't black because
And he
yeah.
and
and
he
the
didn't even notice
thing
me.
and the thing is why that didn't set black people off when he said that. I am. I will never know. And I was so amazed. Like you would have thought we'd have been like, man, motherfucker.
Here,
I
here,
mean,
here, here's something for you, Kev. Tied to your subject matter. Were black people simping for him?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, bro, he a white dude that said that, man. You how you
yeah,
gonna say that as a white man?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I get y'all gonna say some stuff and y'all feel comfortable in this country doing certain
Hmm.
things. But as a white man should never feel comfortable enough to tell me that this mob can revoke somebody. Our black card can be revoked because of him.
By a white
That's
man.
ridiculous.
hey, you know what
And
though?
Simone Sanders was out here, boy, tap dancing like a. Oh my God.
Talking about the linebacker,
I'm not going there with you, Kev.
man,
I'm not even.
man, man. But here's another thing y'all have to remember about Biden. Also,
Hmm.
he was Obama's vice president.
Yep,
So, and Obama is basically Jesus to a lot of these people. So,
true.
if he made Joe Biden the choice to make Joe Biden his vice president, then it must be all right. You know,
Yeah,
and
that's
He,
right.
coming,
you know what? I know what I believe. I think he made Joe Biden his vice president to help smooth stuff over with white folks. Because Joe Biden was partly responsible for that lock them niggas up forever bill.
Yep, yep. 94 crime bill.
yeah, and a lot of people they say, okay, like I'm not saying that I'm a Donald Trump supporter. I'm not saying this at all. But a lot of people said that they were mad at Donald Trump because he's racist and back in the day he and his father participated in discriminatory housing practices
Hmm.
against blacks. And, every time you bring up the crime bill, these same black folks would be like, well, did they have to commit those crimes? So what you're telling me is you're
What
mad
about
at,
black on black crime shit?
yeah, yeah. What you're telling me is you're not mad at a crime bill, but you're mad at housing practices that maybe affected a few on scale.
Hmm.
It it, it,
Yes.
it sounds ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
you got to add some context to that. It wasn't just about a crime bill. It was the
Hmm.
how they were punishing different crimes and how
Yep.
crimes that would be expected to be done by black people would get much more harsh sentences than crimes
Hmm.
expected to be done by white folks.
Hmm.
And how we became, specific targets for certain crimes. Because I know people in the future without that context, they'd be like, well, yeah, or they shouldn't did commit the crime. Yeah, of course, no one should have committed a crime, but you don't make bills where you shouldn't be able to make bills to specifically target certain groups, even if crime is involved.
Yeah.
And I would ask people on top of that, Raj, I would ask people to watch that because it's not long. Just watch when he was in the Senate speaking about the crime, that particular crime bill. If you've ever seen the clip of him speaking about that crime bill, you thought we felt, well, it's still America, but you thought we fell right back into the mid 50s or something. I promise you. The only thing he ain't say out loud was the N word. That's the only thing was missing from his ranting on the Senate floor. That's all I got.
Well, I
So
mean, he was disqualified for me. What I'm saying, just by him being one of the authors of that, he was automatically
Yep.
disqualified for me. Period.
Yep.
It just, what I'm saying, I didn't need to even think about it. I mean, I didn't even vote for Obama a second time. Once I really got to digging into stuff,
Hmm.
I couldn't even, what I'm saying, with an honest heart, vote for that dude the second time. You know what I'm saying? And having Biden as his vice president didn't help him at all.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because people talk about power, but they look for representation, and
Yeah.
that's why that still holds us back a long way because they think they getting power when they only getting representation.
yeah. Now getting back to the subject matter is simps don't know they don't matter. If black people did in fact simp for Joe Biden, they found out real quick that they didn't matter because the first
Facts.
because the first two groups of people that he signed legislation on, let me just say, one of them wasn't blacks. One of them
Mm-hmm.
was so boys could play girls in sports if they say, well, I'm transitioning to a girl. The other
Mm.
one was the Stop Age and Hate Crime bill, which, I mean, you've had a mass shooting since you had a mass shooting in Buffalo, and the first thing he wants to do after that was invite a K-pop band to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, if in that sense, if we're simps, yeah, you know, Joe Biden showed you guys that you didn't. I wish Sophia was still here because she talking about she left leaning.
Mm.
I was like, shit. What do you get? What did you get besides some symbolism?
I'm left leaning, Kev. Ask me if I voted for Joe Biden.
Did you vote for Joe Biden?
Nope. Ask me if I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Did you vote for Hillary Clinton?
Nope. Like and I could potentially me and Raj had a conversation about this. That's separate. But if it wasn't for that, there was a very high likeliness that I'm still going to vote. Right. I will still go and do my research and see what bills are coming up or whatever is happening. I don't smoke, but if recreational weed comes on up on in Florida, I'll vote for it even though I don't smoke, right? Because it's foolishness that you can't burn a plant and smoke it. That's bullshit. But president, I mean, yeah, that might have been the end of 2012. That might have been the last time I cast a ballot for a president.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean, let alone a Democrat, because
yeah.
I've lost faith. I've lost like I grew up Democrat. I grew up with parents that told me that we should vote Democrat, but I don't think I can do it ever again. Like not
Well,
after everything I've been seeing.
well, the thing is, vote for who's best, and vote third party. Put pressure on Republicans and Democrats to service the people. You know what I'm saying? Or even vote for Kanye. Kanye was on the ballot in a lot of places. People could have at least had a protest vote and voted for Kanye. And truth be told, who was the closest person running to me in that election? It was Kanye. Kanye was a South Sider from Chicago, black man. That's the closest thing to me I got to pick from. And guess what? He was the closest thing to most black people who's vote.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
people can say stuff about Kanye and he do this and he act weird. The man is a very intelligent level and he does have genius in him. So, people at that level are gonna do things that you would consider weird. But that man he's a smart dude, and there's no telling what he would have put in place for black people on some just cause. You know, but people gotta learn to see opportunity. You know what I'm saying? They make him out to be crazy, and you scared. What you think Kanye was gonna do if he actually got into office? I
And
bet you we wouldn't be talking about no wars or anything like that. He ain't, because that ain't who he is. But he
No,
definitely would have did something for black folks, and it
yeah.
would have been clear it was done for black folks.
You don't think we would be sending weapons to Ukraine right now?
I don't think Kanye cares enough about all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying?
weapons
Yeah.
and billions of dollars in aid.
Well, oh yeah, our tax money. Yeah, you're right, Kev. Our
Yeah,
tax money. Hmm.
Kanye would have been more worried about how do we get these streets fixed.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Hey, that so in other words, there would be no excuses for that what was supposed to be that $6 trillion infrastructure bill that would have actually passed probably. And we would actually be fixing our roads and fixing our bridges and building up some schools and stuff like that instead of what it got watered down to 1.2, 1.6.
And keep in mind, a president can only do so much, but a
Hmm.
president can veto. And I
Yeah,
bet you Kanye would have vetoed a bunch of nonsense.
yeah,
yeah.
and put pressure Yeah. Hey, I'm
Well,
saying for a person that been in the Senate for 40 some odd been in Congress for 40 some odd years, damn near 50 years. Plus when we count VP, yeah, been in politics for damn 50 years. How you made $6 trillion turn into 1 point whatever $1 trillion? That's magic. Biden no magic.
And you know what? And see, this is what a lot of people gotta. know what I'm saying? Especially as black folks, we do got to stop simping for that part because we do. You could say we either suckers or simps for the Democratic Party because
Yep.
Biden been in politics for how long?
Damn near 50. More than let me make sure I say this to you right.
Well, I just want to figure out what year are we talking about? If you're talking about 50 years ago, what year are we talking about? We talking about the 70s.
Talking about 1970. Yeah, 72, 70, yeah, 70. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff wasn't all that great for black people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you could clearly see if was Biden on our side back then, because I don't think he was.
No.
So my thing is, the man already showed he's not on our side. Why would I vote for this dude?
Yeah, well, we got Art New Style and Chaos Reign up here.
Art.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, Roger, black people sometimes can be better people, but they chose to be bad people.
I didn't really hear that. Did y'all hear that?
Y'all didn't hear that? Or repeat that? I said black people could be better people, but they chose to be bad people sometimes. I'm just saying.
Okay, I ain't gonna ask you to say it again, but I really didn't hear it still. I couldn't tell what you were saying.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, but you're very low. You're very low.
That sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah, you sound fine right now.
I said black people could choose to be bad people, but they choose to be bad people at times.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
But really truly, the Simps, not going away anytime soon. I think with politics, I would stay in the middle, like Roger said. That's how I had to think, because when you already pick a side, what's the emphasis of trying to win your persuasion? You should keep them uncomfortable, like anybody else. Because if you give them away what you already pick, then there's no need to fight for your validation. So third party makes a whole lot of sense. But you can't have that conversation, Roger. You have to pick a side.
Well, that's just the thing. No, I don't. I just wish other people could figure out they ain't got to either.
Sir, you're American. You go pick this left or right. You from Chicago. You know what gang life is. Well, you better pick a red or blue and stick to it for life.
Man, you in Chicago, there's a phrase people said a lot when I was growing up. It was called "suck my dick." They didn't mean it. They didn't mean it literally. You know what I'm saying? They didn't mean it literally, but they was giving the message that no, I don't got to pick a side. How about suck my dick?
Oh shit!
Look, this is the U.S. says you gotta get off the fence. It's blue or red. Bloody. Jesse Ventura wrote that book years ago, right? Like blue or red, it's gang shit. So yeah, I mean that. I agree with you, Raj. You know I agree with you. I'm being facetious, but yeah, like that. That.
The president worked for me. I don't work for him.
True.
I just wish other niggas knew the same thing.
Yeah. True. Yeah. And the simping thing. I mean, we could tie that in, and the answer is yes. Black people have simped for the Democrats way too much, and I understand brothers that are they're disillusioned, so they go and simp for the Republicans. They're like, screw the Democrats. I'm gonna go. When they said get off the Democratic plantation and go where? To the Republican plantation? How about we just burn both of them? You ever thought about that? No? Okay. So you're gonna go run over there? Okay, yeah, that sounds smart.
Or build the candidate that is within our own interest.
Well, that part.
Well, you got to go third party to do that, and third party is just any of those other parties. But if other candidates were concerned that we're not going to vote for them, and we rather vote for third party, then they gotta start considering what your interests are. As long as you go Democrat or Republican, it's just a fight between them two, and them two A lot of people argue on the same side anyway. I
Mm.
even heard people call them Republicrats.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
Yep.
what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, what's going on,
What's up?
Art?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm over here doing a little work. Now, usually I try to avoid the temptation of clicking on a link, but I'm like, let me go ahead and talk to some brothers while y'all here. I noticed this is pacifier or what's the other word? Thumb sucking free conversation. So I
Right.
appreciate that.
See where you going with that. See where you going with that.
These are grown men.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, this I've been knowing politics for a while. I just don't put that out there. I do speak on it,
Hmm.
but I've seen that since I was in my teens. My mother married a political consultant that put a lot of um, what do you call it? Known people in office. Let's just say that. Uh, I would say this too. He was really close with. Well, he probably still is. He's close with Willie Brown. So
Hmm.
I saw a lot of stuff in my teens. So when I'm hearing people talk, I'm like, man, if they only knew. But for the most part, it doesn't matter if you're a Dem or a Republican. The key thing is keep these black people in the same position that's best for both sides. When you start moving things, that's when things start to, you know, kind of disrupt the flow of whatever plans they have. Um, and what's so crazy, other so-called minorities or whatever, they figured out like, hey, if I get in on this, I can get something out of this as well. What cleared it up with me, most of it was Dr. Claude Anderson. He said the American dream is not a picket fence and a dog and a house and a family. The American dream is how you can treat black people like white people.
Damn.
And we're seeing it right now, you know. But what do I know? I'm just a regular teacher, that probably is wearing a sweater vest and a bow tie and wearing some Vans or something. So I'll let them take that whole persona and just go with that. But hey, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
I'm saying. Yeah.
And
I'm
like
so,
I said, it amazes me how black people just let him get away with that.
I mean, when you sell Trump as that ultimate boogeyman, and people have it in their mind, we can't let this man win another term. I mean, for the politically naive and the fearful, and just the people that are accustomed to voting blue no matter who. And I hated that phrase. Oh, I hated that phrase with a passion. God, I hated that phrase. The vote blue no matter who people. Yeah. So,
Believe all women.
believe and you know what? Just like all this recent stuff that's been coming out is pushing all that believe all women stuff, right? It's making a whole
Hmm.
lot of people look foolish. It's the same thing Biden did with that vote blue no matter who. It's
But you
the
know what's so
same thing. Go ahead, go
what's
ahead.
so sad about it, man?
Mhm.
We all know this dude was a Dixiecrat.
Yep.
I don't even think he's behind this. All he has to do is play the role. We already know where his heart is, but as long as he plays the role and sell it, he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. Um, Whoever's behind the curtain, they studied us. They studied everybody. I mean, they studied what we eat, how we feel about each other. They studied what it takes for us to hook up with each other. They even studied the ones that are trying to stop it. So that's why they put woke out there as a mockery, pro black as a mockery.
Yeah.
All this they studied us. That's what if anybody saw the Truman Show, which
Yeah.
is kind of weird. I've been talking about this for a while. It's usually weird when the exact stuff that we've been talking about appears in movies.
Yeah.
I never understood what is the what do you call it? The motive behind telling the truth in movies.
That's I
Nobody can think of one either.
I mean, are human being are other human beings, if you're one of the elite, are other human beings either too dumb, too cowardly, or just doing their own thing too much to actually do
Notice?
something about it? I don't even know if it's noticed because we notice, right? And I think other people notice too. It's no, that's too on the nose, man.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
way
too
too
good to
on.
be true.
Yeah, it's too in your face. No, it's just a coincidence. And then you got to ask yourself, how many coincidences got to stack up before it's not a coincidence anymore?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can only. Oh, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, no, just like when that whole remember that Illuminati craze that was on social media all
Yeah,
the years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it was Illuminati here. They started actually putting it in your face, so you believe that it is something that is a fantasy.
Hmm.
Then even Marvel Comics, they got an Illuminati right now.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I get it. If you want people to stop being I would say like woke or something like this, you make it into a caricature. You put it
Make
on
it
a
a pejorative.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, cause last time I checked, man, I don't recall Illuminati having a lawyer to say, "Hey, this is not what we do." You know what I'm saying? A press conference on Illuminati isms or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's always like us, we might call it out and somebody sitting there defending, no, ain't no such thing. And matter of fact, people fight each other over this. And it's not even putting money in my pocket or anybody else's.
Art, I have to send you I'll maybe even put it in the back chat. A video of Tristan Harris, who was one of the, I think he used to work for Google, tech guy, social media guy, and Yuval Noah Harari, historian, professor, teaches in one of the schools in Israel, and they sat down on an interview and they were speaking about social media technology, science, and how we're getting to the place now. And this is kind of answering what you were saying about how these things are coincidences, right? We're getting to the place now, excuse me, where science is getting so good where they can read the trends, right? It's almost like the
Hmm.
Twitter trend thing. They can see those trends, but imagine that on the scale of borderline like being able to read your emotions,
They
right?
probably went over this. They probably
Mhm.
said this. They can,
Yep,
like you said, they can look at your patterns.
yep, yep,
They can
yep.
see exactly how you have potential growth and decide whether you should live or die.
And so what happens when and so the question Yuval, and it's not so much a question as a statement. The question he put out for all the people that was watching was, what happens when these programs know you better than you know yourself? And he uses the anecdote of he Yuval's gay, and he was saying he didn't really realize he was gay until he was 21. But what about if Coca-Cola had one of these machines that pay attention to his face and his facial expression, his eyes, his and whatever, and Coca-Cola knew that he was going to go in that direction from when he was 15. And
The
when it
Truman
sells,
Show.
when it ad for, say it again.
The Truman Show.
Yeah, so exactly. So when it advertises to him, it advertises him to him with like some rainbow theme in the background, right? Or like not so adversarial when it comes to LGBTQ stuff or whatever. And so all he knows is he like Coca-Cola better than Pepsi, but he doesn't even know why. So put scale that up, and I think that's where we are now.
I got something to think. I mean, this is part of my lectures, for
Hmm.
my, what do you call it? The community college classes,
Hmm.
not university, community college for those like me trying to flex.
Hmm.
No, but
A
the
professor is a professor is a professor.
yeah, just give me a full time one and I brag. But the if you look at symbols, okay, they say symbols. Your subconscious only recognize symbols and pictures, right? But your conscious mind recognize letters and numbers. And sometimes your subconscious recognize numbers as well. It depends on how it's formed. So when you are spending money, money has what? Numbers, letters, and symbols.
Hmm.
So when you look at the money, you have to ask yourself, are you spending from the subconscious or the conscious mind? People are like, okay, what's the difference? So for those, that don't know, subconscious is feminine. Conscious mind is masculine. Conscious mind is your logic. Subconscious is your creative thought process. So the fact that you would form something without any kind of limits and you just go awry, your subconscious mind to do all that, but your conscious mind say, hey, that's too much. Chill, relax, be safe, right? So when we're spending money, are we spending money after looking at the symbols, or are we spending monies looking at the numbers and the letters?
Okay, so that's
Did
mm,
I go too did I go too deep?
yes, but yes, because I can even make the argument that even you even when you speak to someone who's making a conscious decision about the money they spend and how they spend it, they still don't know what you just said. So even consciously, it's on a surface level. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you how
Hmm.
much money I got in the bank.
Yep.
I could
You could
tell
say
you what
how
my
much. You could say
go
stop.
no.
I don't want to
Yep.
spend that much.
Yep.
Based on you focusing on like the numbers in the corners,
Yep.
some of the code numbers in there, the serial numbers. For some reason, if you focused on that, that means your conscious mind is calling the shots.
But it's still not on the level of what you were just describing. So it's still surface level. It's conscious, but it's not deep because you still don't really understand the symbols on the money that you're spending. If you have
You're
the
not
physical
supposed to.
cash.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
supposed. I mean, look at the paintings. Those
Yeah.
those religious paintings.
Hmm.
Remember, those came out before internet, television,
Yeah.
magazines.
Yeah.
Those are sending you messages on how Jesus and the
Hmm.
angels and God. It gave you a some kind of way of thinking that this is how heaven is. This is how hell is.
Hmm.
And what was so crazy, they put like popes' faces in those pictures. They put their children in there. They put kings and all of them, making them look like some of the prophets. So
Hmm.
the average person would look by, they don't even know where it came from, but they just know it's righteous. They know it's holy,
Hmm.
And again, they had wars over this stuff.
Are
And
we
one last
simping on
thing,
Jesus, Art?
they couldn't even read. Remember, they couldn't read back then. The average
True.
commoner, so that's what
They
I'm
were
looking
appealing to
at it.
subconscious, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, it was doing it to the point to where they didn't know why they were doing it.
Yes, I agree.
Just based on
Hmm.
staring at a shape or a symbol or a color or a
Hmm.
letter, then all you need is someone else to enforce it.
Yeah.
So
And
like, go ahead.
no, no, finish, Art. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
I
you
was
off.
gonna say because so they can. I mean, the fact that they can create money the way they want, the way they can create coins, and I mean,
Hmm.
Bitcoin. I know it's going to be more than just a little dollar symbol.
Hmm.
That's going to be crazy because it's going to morph into so many things digital wise.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of stuff going on, man, and it's like I hope everybody's ready.
They're not. That's a whole different conversation. That may be just a suggestion. Uh, Maybe that might be on Tuesday stream, Art.
I
Maybe
would
something to talk about.
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe, yeah, probably because I thought
Yeah.
about Trump because we're going back into politics.
Hmm.
Okay, Trump's supposed to come out with his own social media, and
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah. Yeah.
connecting the dots about Elon Musk and Twitter.
Yeah. That now $44 billion.
Now, isn't he
Yeah.
apolitical, or does he go to the left?
Eh, he to me he is your prime libertarian type. I don't think which to me libertarians are just off-brand Republicans, but
Okay,
yeah, I think he's more of a like a libertarian type,
and
than
he's probably
anything.
for sale. right? I'm
Yeah,
assuming he's for sale.
yeah.
So the fact that he have Twitter in his hands, the one, and the thing is, I know Trump was feeling a certain way when Facebook and Twitter kind of banned him, right? But yet somebody was talking about how this whole meta thing, metaverse, is definitely supposed to determine who's in office, presidential or mayor or governor, based on the social media, right? So you
Mm,
can imagine 2 years straight of putting presidential stuff out there and who's seeing it the most and how they're gonna and which way they're gonna vote.
hmm
Mm,
People don't
mm.
talk about that. You could be
I
looking
could
at
tie this
Cardi
to
B. You can look at Cardi B and see Donald Trump's ad on the bottom.
true. I can tie this to the subject still though. I can watch this, Kev. Watch this footwork. So are they subconsciously turning us into Sims for whatever mm, political corporate entities subconsciously through social media, through advertisement? I mean, because I think because we know when you watch a television show and the commercial come on, you know you're being advertised to. But do you really understand that you're being advertised to on the actual show? Do you realize that the show is also an advertisement, right? The can and how it's placed in the background, the banner when they pass it on the road, the actual lifestyle in the show is also advertising, right? Do you realize that, tying that to social media and the internet? Do you realize that a lot of these content creators, they're literally like they're being sponsored, right?
Hmm.
Do you realize that? So are they turning us into like brand and politician simps,
I can
right?
only say this, and for those who are listening, I'm not speaking like I know everything, and I'm speaking in absolutes. These are just thoughts, okay, and observations. Because some people get caught up, like, man, he knows. I'm like, no, these are just thoughts, okay. And please hit the like button for brother Kev, and donate to the brother. Please. We don't get a man, but at least he gets more than I get. So donate to the brother though. But anyhow, um, they could create any kind of thing they want with their devices as long as they get what they want. So if it takes a bunch of simps to put people in office, then yeah, they're going to create whatever formula that's needed to put simps in office. Right now, I mean, the manosphere is pretty much the one that everybody is looking at because the black woman is their tool, and they found all kinds of ways to control this sister. No matter how much their sons are suffering, no matter how much their fathers are telling them, "Hey, little baby, don't do that." No matter how much they're being told this, even Big Mama can't even get to them. This social media and the
Facts.
newest trends and everything is controlling them, and they think, and this is the weird part, it's controlling them, but they're used to controlling us. And who's getting what out of it?
Mm.
That's the magical equation that you have to constantly keep putting out there.
I mean, we saw. I mean, so I don't make us any secrets about it that I'm left leaning, but we saw it with the. I mean, we can keep on doing the political thing. I can keep on tying that and weaving that together. Look at what we saw with Cube during this election.
Well, that's breaking the spell. See, we're under a spell.
Yeah,
We already know. I mean, this whole remember red pill wage and all that. That's
yeah,
breaking the spell. That's like Elijah
hmm
Muhammad saying the white man's the devil back in the
yep,
1930s. You know how big that was?
Mm.
Because we love some Jesus after slavery,
hmm
right? But when we said the white man's a devil, it was like glass, like. So when you're hearing all this red pill talk, and we being very frank and blunt about the things that we're going through, either as sons or as husbands or what have you,
hmm
it's the ladies are running out of arsenals because their biggest
Yep.
arsenal was the white establishment.
Yes.
Black girl magic, they didn't get that on their own. That's white money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's white corporate money.
Or Art,
Uh,
let me.
mhm,
I got to cut you off right there. I'm sorry, brother. I got to get this one out. I'm sorry.
mhm.
Okay, so exactly. So that's my thing too. That's what I'm saying. Also, when it comes to this, what social media did. Now, this is how social media is beneficial. This is how it's a good thing. What it allowed to do is it allowed us, those of us in the know, to circumvent that type of white money because so many young people. This is the beauty of young people actually being on the internet. We got to go around that white money that's on television.
That has a time
So,
limit. Go ahead.
and I agree. See, I agree with you, I'm afraid of that, but I don't know when that door is gonna close.
Me
So
neither.
it's right. So it's best we put out that content as much as possible, get as
Yeah.
many young men, knowing what's going on as possible, because the fact that we got to go around them, and that's why they're putting out articles, and we being investigated by the Alphabet Boys supposedly, because we're disrupting. This is going to what you were saying, disrupting that space, right?
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's the only issue.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
And also, we're not controlled. Like, there's not some
Yep.
fat
Yep.
POS inside of an office on a top floor sending down scripts and papers on what we
Yep.
should say. We're
Yep.
we're we're, we're speaking, in an uncontrolled environment. We know how to have decorum with it, but it's not something that we're being told to say. And shout out to Greg for the super chat. Says facts at Art Nustal. So
Yeah, appreciate the love, Greg. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
give y'all something. Somebody might use this as a sound bite. Y'all probably hit each other, hit yourselves, or just break your computer when I ask this question. How far would black man be if the black manosphere was able to go underground for 2 years talking about the same stuff without the public hearing us?
mm,
That's akin to when I say, I've said this privately. I I wish I could have. What was the movie Art? Cosmic Sludge,
Cosmic
cosmic
slop
slop.
with
Cosmic
George
Slop. Okay,
Clinton.
And it was
essentially.
a TV series on HBO.
Okay, so remember the episode. You already know which one I'm talking about. When they take us off the planet, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
If I could do that to black men, maybe not even globally, just black American men, take us off for a decade. So that's pretty much what you just said, Art. If we could have these type of conversations underground without public eyes, to answer your question, I think you deal with it. That's a different black man.
We would have changed
That's
the
a
world.
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah, because what's going on, and the reason why I'm asking this question is because I don't think YouTube or any kind of social media is going to break up these groups because they're getting all the information, for free. They don't even have to send anybody to spy on us. They listen right now. They don't have to tap your phones, you
Yeah.
know, and they can have
Facts.
ideals to be 10 steps ahead of us based on some brilliant dude. There's so many brothers that come on these panels with some brilliant ideals. Some people have degrees, some people don't, but the stuff is so innovative. Not only they would anticipate on our move, but they'll also find a way to take these ideals and work with themselves on this. And we sitting here like bickering about Kevin Samuels, this and all that. Come on, man. It's people gotta wake up.
Yeah, I
Take that
mean,
thumb out their mouth.
ooh. All right. Let me find out. You got students in college with their thumb still in their mouth, literally.
No, they're way more mature than stuff I be hearing around here, man.
Yeah,
That's why
true.
y'all don't see me much. I only come over here.
Mhm.
Um, I don't even go that many places, man. I really don't.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it might be for the same reason I don't go to many places. Like,
that's true, Kev. I don't see you in many places too.
no,
And
no,
Art,
I,
yeah.
I, I mean, it doesn't mean that I look down upon a lot of other
Right.
places. It's just that a lot of other places are with the shits. They with the fuckery, and it's just
Mm,
and like I'm getting to that age where I can't be like trying to turn with these youngsters, man.
Hey Kev, because Kev is our
mhm.
we're the same age. You imagine going to the club with your son?
No.
That's why I ain't going to these spaces. Exactly. It's like I like, hey, y'all have fun. I'll listen from the back. Let me know when you need me to pick you up so I can take you home. But I ain't gonna be sitting here being one of the fellas and they up here trying to put me up on game. Come on now.
Yeah.
Man, I Art gave me some things to think about because that, but how not Art. Look, man, we ain't used to starting fires with wood and and blowing on the damn stick. Okay,
You know that's
pause.
what I do this for a living. I'm a
Yeah,
teacher and
yeah.
a adjunct professor. You know, I'm not like a professor that everybody else talk about. I'm just an adjunct professor.
No, but no, I told you a professor is a professor is a professor. We don't care if you part time, you still a professor.
Yeah, those other ones they get more likes and views and super chats. But
Look.
the thing that is very important, and you know, the difference with me though, I
Mhm,
get with the people,
mhm,
and every now and then I take some on the chin because sometimes
mhm,
when you get with the people, some people just don't know how to act.
mhm,
You know, that's why you see certain people like really from do things from a distance. But shoot, I'm playing dominoes with the janitors. You know, we trading stock information with the plant workers.
mhm.
You know, my people are my people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the part that we lost on both sides. You
But
know.
I want to be a white man, goddamn Art. So I don't want to be with you niggas, Art. I want
Oh
to be
yeah,
over there, Art. So I'm not. No, screw that. The reason y'all on the bottom is because y'all spending y'all money on Jordans and Weave. That's what I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna go over here with these white folks, and hopefully my son or my daughter end up with one of their daughters or sons, and I could close the door in these suburbs and live happily ever after. And hopefully these white people don't call me nigger one day.
I always
Okay?
have fun with this. You got think about how many moments that they can really screw up and lose all their white friends. One, they can always say that the white cop was in the wrong. He'll lose
Yeah.
white friends for that.
Yeah.
He can always say. I mean, I don't think they trip too much on them dating Becky's that much, as long as it's not their daughter.
Yeah.
But the one that will kill them the most is that I want some kind of justice for my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that. Just
Yeah.
some justice or fairness for my people. They're like, Tyrone, I
Right.
thought I mean, you're my friend. I thought I'm fair to you.
Well, what was America built on though, Art? Like
Yeah,
America was built on how bad can you treat black people and how close can you get to being a wasp,
but they
right?
don't think
White
it's
Anglos.
bad though. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. They
Yeah.
don't think it's
Yeah.
bad. Matter of fact, the fact that they will have a conversation with us is almost. I think they feel like they're doing us a favor.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Yep.
It's like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, I'm just having a regular conversation about family or whatever. Because I always notice. I don't know how often y'all work around white folks, but I'm on a regular. I
Mm-hmm.
literally have like we have here, like a meaningful, how we say guns, God, and country or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We have things about the country or whatever. Dude, the next day they walk by you like you never even exist. After
Hmm.
after we had a very good conversation, I've had that done in several arenas, from academia to other places. It's the weirdest thing.
I think that's cultural, Art. I think because not so much now to answer your question of working around a lot of people, not so much now, but remember I used to work in a couple of law offices for 5 years. So it was a lot, just like you, a lot. And I talk, the Mr. Z y'all see, y'all hear now is the same Mr. Z. So yes, I sounded just like this. Yes, white people bashing and all, if you can even call it that. Um, but and like you said, they'll walk past you like nothing happened, and I think that's cultural. I I don't. You know when it hit me, and I'll shut up after this. I was I went to a car show with actually funny enough with one of my white homeboys, and we had to rent a hotel because it was out of town or whatever. And I left something upstairs, coming back downstairs on the elevator. I'm on the elevator with a mom, her daughter, and I want to say her daughter's gymnast coach, maybe because the what they were speaking of, and the way the daughter and the mom were speaking to each other came off so distant, and I'm almost certain they didn't have an argument with each other. It's just it came off so distant, and then I started to recall how often when I would speak to a white person how it come off, and when white people would speak to other white people how it comes off. And I think that's cultural. I think we when we say brother, I think we mean it in a way that they don't mean it. And I think
Well,
go ahead.
I'm a very good observer,
Hmm.
and from where I was, I had to really see for myself. I haven't seen them really do that much like I'm talking about with me when it comes to
Hmm.
them dealing with themselves. They're very consistent with each other.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I mean, and I don't blame them for that. But I think if it was cultural,
Hmm.
I think the part about cultural would be the white privilege or the way that on how they deal with black people.
Mm.
I think that would be cultural in itself. Um, because I have dealt with some white folks that are not like that for sure. Some, what they say, some but not all, right?
Some but some banal.
Some banal. I gotta
Some
call him
banal.
tomorrow.
Call him
or
tomorrow and make sure he if I said it the right way.
I might
or
get
Some
Randy Short
banal
to.
or something
I,
like that.
I might get Randy Short coming tomorrow. So he said he wants to get a lot off his chest because he
Mm.
wants to say more things to the black manosphere. So okay, I told him all right, just So I'll find out in the morning. But anyhow, as far as the white folks, man,
Hmm.
um, it's definitely a mixture. But I think for sure we don't pay attention to the clues. I mean that kind of stuff is a clue,
Yep.
but we ignore it and say, and that's the thing about us black people. We want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
we want to find some kind of vehicle or pathway to forgive and all this stuff.
yeah.
Even when they're not asking for it.
Yeah, we do that, man. I had to tell a few white folks that I talk to every other week, like, man, I just said this because y'all talk about Chicago and all that, because I do talk to a lot of white conservatives, and I had to ask, like, I said, I'm out here in L.A. In L.A. we got what Watts, Compton, South Central. We got some hoods out here. I said, give me, besides Reginald Denny during the riots or the uprising, when have you heard of some dudes in the hood putting their hands on a white civilian? Go. It was like I wish if I had the Jeopardy music, I would have played it.
Mm.
I don't care if you from the hood. I don't care if you blackity black. I don't care what it is. You are not gonna put no hands on no white people.
Man, that's the truth. That's the
Outside of a one to one, yeah, you're right.
that's the fucking
Hmm.
truth. Especially if
Yeah.
it's a white guy that's fucking a black girl,
Yeah.
they could go as far as saying the N word,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
them dudes will still not touch them.
Yep. I'm telling you. So I said, y'all ain't got nothing now as far as me. I might catch a bullet or two on a bad day.
Hmm. I,
And I'm
I,
not I'm not at peace with
Ooh.
that, but I'm calling facts.
Man, you could say something as light as "forget you, man."
yeah,
They said, what you say? What you say, fool? Pa
What
pa
you say?
pa.
Yeah, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. But
You
I
I
know.
mean,
mean,
dude could
Mhm.
rap a whole
Yeah.
NWA song around them, like, and be
yeah.
mocking them, and they still just accept the man like they own blood, and that's it's some of the saddest shit I've ever seen. Cause I mean, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama,
Mhm.
and we got
Mhm.
some hoods
My,
down there.
yeah, my
Mhm.
son's over there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
He's at Alabama State.
oh, okay. Yeah, I went to there for like a couple years, and I just wasn't prioritized at that time. I was in my young days, but I mean, dude, it's like I mean, I've known hood dudes that would like they would make fun of me for having proper diction in my speech, but will hang around the white guy, and the white guy would like they he would call himself talking black, and they'll fully take him in.
Yeah.
Like I even hung out with one of the white dudes. Like he would kind of talk black, wear his pants saggy. I went to his house one time. This motherfucker lived with his family, and they had a Confederate mural on their wall.
Dang.
And I'm sitting up there like, what? Do you understand what that means?
And
And
brother,
and
hmm
how the brothers that we hang out with have taken you in. And
man,
I could literally like I did think I told somebody in that same clique. I'm like, look, this guy is on such and such, and they were like, yeah, I know that. I've been to their house before, and I was like, huh?
yeah, man. And I have to really examine my upbringings. I used to love Dukes of Hazzard. That shit had Confederate flag all through that damn the series, dude.
Man, that was so much redneck symbolism in that shit.
Oh man, the General Lee. I mean, I wanted that car.
Damn.
I mean, they really did a job on us.
Shit, I had a toy. I had a General Lee toy when I was little. And
Dang.
and it's like my parents should have known better.
And me, you know how we play, when we're younger. We also say, okay, you Bo, I'm Luke. I mean, we really embody that, as we're growing up. And it's a trip, man, because as far as like Hogan's Heroes, for example, as funny as it's supposed to be, I don't think Jews are laughing at that sitcom.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it, we're most of us consider ourselves ADOS or FBA or whatever, but we're still trying to figure out who we are.
Yeah. I mean, the reason that being is because the image was given to us. All
Yes.
the images that we have right now, all of the mannerisms that was handed to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something, but I think I'm glad that we're waking up. Most of us. I'm hoping that the millennials will kind of catch up in time because I think they're a little lost. A lot of them are lost in time. What I've noticed is when it comes to millennials, it's not that much of an in between. Either you really on it or you just really out of it.
Yeah, a lot of them are really out of it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of it isn't their fault either. I mean, it's just that when you try to discuss the real with them, it's just they have this nonchalant, apathetic attitude, like it doesn't affect them, or even look at us like we're crazy and we're stuck in the past.
Yeah, a lot of older people taught them that everybody deserves a trophy. There's no more racism. It's all in your mind. I mean, I hate to say a lot of moms were teaching that for sure. And some of the boys grew up with that ideology, and look where we are. Why, and that's why, and I said this yesterday, I don't know if people caught it, but, I think we have to start seeing the type of wisdom, game, and advice that they accept. Because I noticed that a lot of them accept big brother advice more than father advice.
Hmm.
Big brother says, hey, man, I know this is bad, but let's do this together. So, you got to go through this little nigga, that kind of stuff. Dad says, man, I've been through that. Put that away. And a lot of these young folks do not want to accept that sometimes some things are not good for you, you know. So the fact that a person said that you're keeping me away from what I want to do, it is weird. So that's why I had to start telling people to ask themselves, do you value big brother's advice more than father's advice? Is big brother wisdom more valid than father wisdom? Because father wisdom is really like a shut down to keep you from repeating the same mistake.
Hmm.
Like, don't do this, blah blah blah. Big brother wisdom is you go ahead and do this, but I'll be your lookout, and I'll I'll try to make sure that you don't go too far in it, but we cool, that kind of thing. And somebody been on Dead Set told me this. He said all that's happening, but at the same time, Father is taking care of both of them. we need some help, man. We really need some
Yeah,
serious guidance or something, you know.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. And I do admit that some of this is the fault of people who've even come from our generation. The Xers, but
You know what?
it.
We're the big brother, though. You understand? We're the
Yeah.
ones that kind of help out with the bitches ain't nothing but hoes and all this. We kind of, our little brothers heard us bumping our heads to this stuff.
Mm.
Unfortunately, that's why you think about it. They don't give some people. The only people that give Xers pushback are the ones that don't know the difference between Xers and boomers. But for the most part, you don't get too many pushback on Xers, because we're the ones that, some of us live long enough to, uh, hear Dr. King, and then we were the ones that broke in, Pong and those first forms of video games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we lived through Elvis, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So we're here, and welcome, Brother Ism. We're here, um, definitely, to at least keep them reminded of what is and what isn't. It's just a matter of them catching up with the times. Because everybody, we don't got so much. I mean, we only have so much time here on this earth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Say that shit.
So
Hey.
now it turned into the old fogey channel, huh? We're the good old days channel. Oh, those are good old days.
Yeah, man. Look. Well, I do hear some. We've taken some responsibility for it. You're not completely, I would say, down in the millennials, but it's some of them too. They have a bit of wisdom as well, but it's like a lot of them though. Ugh. Hey, but what's
Yeah.
up, Ism? What you got to say? Obviously, you heard something that you wanted, that sparked a thought. So, what's going on?
Oh man, what's going on with you, brother Kev?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, ain't too much, brother Art. New style, Jack.
What's going on? Yay area. What's going on, good brother?
Yay area. Oh man, ain't too nothing. Now I don't know about all these Generation X, Y, Z, P. All I know is either you a crying nigga about bitches, or either you know, got your thing together and you ain't crying about women. Now, millennials, zillennials, xillennials, alpha generation, all this computer savvy, modern women, foreign women. Shut up. Marvin Gaye was singing about this same stuff in the 70s. Gas prices high, send that boy off to die. The army, the war, same thing. Mistreatment of black people. Okay. So a lot of you dudes, you got all your statistics, you got all of this stuff. You sit up in here on these panels for 29 hours, mad at women because you ain't got no action. You won't show your face. You won't work. I dare you to do a push up. And you're mad because women won't choose you. So, whatever generation you from, get your life in order, brother. Okay? See, like this brother right here, Dark Man 60, clown. See, what did I say? Anything clownish? See, here's another nigga, Dark Man 60. See, you think you some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Knight. See, all these dudes be living vicariously through Dark Knight, and they change them every year. And I'm the clown. See what I'm saying? But he won't show his face and go outside and get a woman. He want to talk about the numbers, the statistics, the women, this and that, and the kids on a first grade reading level, and we'll get you a woman and have her teach your kids how to read, brother. See what I'm
So
saying?
what do you
Let's
say to those?
all be short pimps like Ism. See, nobody never said I was a pimp.
So
See,
what do you say to those younger people that constantly blame older folks for why they're not succeeding in life?
whining, crying, entitled, think somebody owed them something. I had to tell my son, look, brother, I bought you a car. I gave you, I made sure you didn't get any felonies. Elementary graduate, I was there. Junior high, I was there. College, I was there. High school, I was there. I was talking to a Filipino guy. He said, shit, I don't even know my father. So all these dudes, just like this dude, soon as somebody come with a different style, if I don't come in here like I'm BGS, and then now you can't listen to me because I'm a clown. Then this other indigenous, let's be a short pimp. See, it don't matter whether I'm short, tall, big, or small. You need jawline. You don't need none of that shit. All you need to do is be a man. So don't speak on my height because I ain't trying to knock you, indigenous. See, the women like short dudes. The women like fat dudes. The women like skinny dudes. So don't talk about another man and talk about he a clown. See, you a clown because you ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday night. You in a chat room. So we know you ain't got no bitches. Okay? You Dark Knight, you Dark this, you all that, you Ant-Man. You in a YouTube sim character. But you want to talk about me. Now, in 2002, pimp was a good thing. Pimp my ride. I got my pimp juice. P-I-M-P, P-I-M. Remember that? Pimp was good. Now you want to talk about pimp. I never said I was a pimp, but you want to say I'm a pimp. Broke down Pimp C, Trick Back. But all of them, do you know what they had? They had a bitch. 2 or 3 of them. And you niggas can't get one. Now, how you let a short nigga get more bitches than you and you a Yu-Gi-Oh character? Indigenous TV, Indigenous Ultra, or whatever your name is. Look at you. You got a character right there for a avatar. See? That's why you can't win with women. Because you in a chat room and you is a Yu-Gi-Oh character. See, you, what is that thing they got? The metaverse? See, these niggas ain't even gonna have to go outside. See, y'all need to look at my stream. Robot bitches. Since y'all niggas want virgins, robots are
Okay.
virgins.
I'm
Won't you
glad you brought
robot
that
bitch?
up, Ism. What I was when I put that comment in your one of your videos,
Go ahead.
I was and I'm gonna give you something because you already know I teach and
I do
I
too,
talk
brother.
and I asked I asked a lot of my teenagers, certain questions and things. Because if you notice, a lot of us talk about teenagers in schools, but we don't really talk. We don't really hear them. We don't hear them talk. So I'm asking all of my classes. I'm like, guys. Actually, no, I'm asking the girls. I said, no, I didn't. Actually, I just asked the class, but the girls answered. I said, are guys too far into video games where they don't feel having a girlfriend is important? Most, I mean, no, not most. All the girls with an attitude and a slap their lips saying, yeah. And
Exactly.
then and a few guys were like, well, I play football and I got a girlfriend, but she ain't gonna take me away from my games.
Mm.
So, I'm asking that, and I asked my son in college, does he see the same thing over there? He said, well, he doesn't see it that much because, they're in class, they got to get their work done, they got other stuff.
Mm.
But, on weekends, they shut down. They don't go out and party and stuff. They in the video games and nothing else matter. And so
Exactly.
so we had like you just mentioned about those dolls, right? I know you're being funny, but dude, it's serious because what's happening, okay, in these video games, you have to look at the psyche. In these video games, they don't have to be concerned about working out. They can make up their body in the games. They don't have to be concerned about getting the girl in person, the IG model. They can get her in the game. They shut the whole world out and be focused in that game. That game is their world. That whole thing is their
Mm.
world. And then it was so crazy about it. It does, it could, I mean, not it could, it will. It is going to morph into the doll because they're making, but Hammer, I don't know, I think you saw Hammer a few times. He's one of our content creators. He's
Yeah,
about,
yeah. The
he's,
dude that was using the fake numbers to have hella numbers. He had Tommy
so,
Sotomayor up,
so
but he
he's,
had robots.
I think he's 20,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. And he was mentioning how, people his age are looking forward to having. I gotta remember the name. It's something about a companion. I think he said it was an organic companion or something like
See all
that.
that shit? See how they
Now,
making up all this new stuff?
but here's the thing, man. They're creating this stuff so they won't have a need for a human person. This is
Exactly.
this is crazy, man. And I'm not, and I'm thinking, I don't think it's a small group of people. It's a
Uh-huh.
lot of these teenagers, people in their 20s, that really lost the whole sense of being with another human person.
Wow.
You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I try to teach these brothers. But son is hot raw, another nigga with a fake nigga on his thing. He ain't buff like that. This nigga, that who is that? Is that who is that D'Angelo for your face, nigga? YouTube sim characters. They get to be a fake person. See, he won't tell me I'm a clown and I'm all this. See, you say you a teacher, right? My son's a teacher. He went from
Hmm.
teacher to being a counselor, and he's the vice principal right now. Can you believe that? A bullshit nigga like Uncle Ism. Look at my face. Fucked up looking old nigga. 51 years old. Look better than these niggas because they won't even show their face because they hiding. Okay. So don't you ever talk crazy to Uncle Ism when you got the face of D'Angelo, you got the face of a some kind of video game, some kind of Dark Man, Dark Knight. That ain't you. Darkwing Duck, nigga, that ain't you. Show your face, nigga. My son is working on his master's degree right now. Can you believe that? And he
Yeah.
teaches school, right? So
Don't
he
say
said,
that
bro,
out loud.
he said, no, no, I tell these niggas, fuck 'em. So since I'm the dumb one, and when these niggas got fake
uh,
people as they person, right, as they
uh,
avatar, but I'm myself, so I'm the coldest in the game. He say, Pop, the younger people, because he's taught at high school, junior high, elementary. Telling me about the different, you know, areas of learning and how the psyche of the young black man to the, you know, when they get to high school, they have different things. And he said, Hey, Pop, I remember you made me play football. I knew I wasn't the best guy. I had to play the offensive line, the defensive line, but it was letting me know that I just was as tough as the quarterback, as the little shoo little new that had all the little girls. But see, sometimes them guys peak out too early. Now, some of them guys done got shot, got time in jail, and my son's still going. And he say, Dad, it's a cold thing about our people. They got little dudes, 6, 7, 8 years old. They clean. They got Jordan tennis shoes. They got the little dye in their hair. They look like Marcus Smart, Wiz Khalifa, but they can't read. They can't tie their shoes. And then their
who's
parents
directing him?
come up here and yell at me, talking about the school ain't teaching them. Well, brother, the thing about life, you have the seed of life in you, man. So I never seen a staff sergeant that was nice. So I'm the staff sergeant in this space. I whap and tap on you crybaby nigga's head. Get in shape, nigga. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You have to put your Mac hand down, as your woman is gonna run you. So if you a man and you know you got the seed of life, stop crying about women. Put your seed of life in a good woman. Talking about all these women, maybe all the women in your area. Maybe you need to move out your area. You got the internet. I used to have to drive to Atlanta to meet an Atlanta woman from California. You got the internet. You can meet a woman in North Dakota and have her
My
get on the
concern is
plane
this,
and come
Islam.
visit you. Find a woman with your mindset. If you looking to have a wife, if you looking to
My
have a woman that's into what you into, stop picking these women that's in Houston, that's thoughts, that's twerking at the gas station.
my
Have a
concern is
woman
this.
that read
There's
to your children. Ain't that sexy, Art?
Yeah, but my concern is this, that what I just said before.
Go ahead,
I
bro.
think there's a lot of mechanisms in place to keep them from having interest in women. This
Well,
is
what
what
can
I'm
we do about
that's
that,
what
Art?
I don't know, because the thing is, the social media is definitely your vehicle for them, for me, for this, right?
So our
And it's
dudes
kind of
just
hard to take
tuning
it
out?
away from them.
Are they
Say
just
it
trying
again.
to tune out? They just don't want to deal with women?
Well, like for example, you mentioned about the guys that complain about the women, and usually it's rejection and all that kind of stuff, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now the younger folks don't even want rejection because now they feel that the video world is going to give them the action that the real women are not giving them. These are a large number of a generation of Z's, and so and the girls in general. Oh, I threw this in there. I put the scenario to the girls. I said, look, I'm what, 15 years old. I've been playing this type of game since I was 10. I finally got to where I wanted to go. I got everything clicking. in this whole video world. Why, and you tap me on the shoulder to get your attention. Why should I stop playing my game? You know what they said? Most of them. They said because I'm a girl. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm looking at both sides here to where a lot of these guys are escaping because I think it is the new drug. I don't think it's weed and all that. I think it's the video world. That's a euphoria for them. But for
Right.
it, but for the
Kind of
the
like the shooting
girls,
games, and then they want to go shoot people in real life.
yeah, but the girls
Mhm.
don't have. I don't think the girls have what it takes to break the spell. That's
Well,
why they in this IG stuff, likes and all this
but
kind of
you
stuff.
don't want no IG model unless you a pimp. These niggas keep calling me a pimp. Why they keep liking IG models pictures? If every picture she show you her ass,
They don't
why are
care.
you liking that if you're
That's
not
what
a
I'm saying.
pimp?
I don't think they care. And the thing is, the more how it is. Okay, I mean, about the game. On the game part,
Mhm.
the more you reject the chick, the more she try to get your attention,
That's
right?
how you supposed to treat a pretty one worse than you treat the regular looking one.
Right.
Act like you don't
So,
give a damn about her. That's the
so,
game.
so that's what's going on. But the thing is, these guys are doing it unintentionally.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So they
Hmm.
don't even know what to look for these girls to even get their attention. They just like, hey, this game is more important to you. You fine or whatever, but I get better. I get a better result with this game.
Hey, all right, all right. That game is not real game. See, they think game is con game. See, game is learning how to move on the chessboard of life. It's finesse. Okay,
Hmm.
it's logic. It's navigation. Okay,
Hmm.
so what guys got to do? They got all their analytics. They got their credit score. See, like these dudes that talking about me. I'm 40. I'm this. My credit score. That you are Gen Z. You ain't nothing. These niggas don't know me from a can of paint.
I mean, do you
Okay,
know these guys? You seen these
I
people?
don't even know these niggas in the chat talking about me, and they scared to show their face, so they know they some hiding
Now let's
ass
now
niggas.
let me interject for a second. Now let's keep it a little real. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of reason why people don't show their faces is because black people are messy as fuck, and they try to dox, and they try to find out where their jobs are, and they try to get
Okay,
them
we quit
fired.
talking shit in the
Basic.
chat.
Well, I mean, like people can say what they want to say. It's like we just got to have the wherewithal to be mature about it.
But
Not
I'm
call
mature enough
people.
to show my face. I
Yeah,
ain't scared.
I get you, but at the same time, we don't know your real name either. My name is really Kevin, so
Okay, well these niggas don't even show their face.
I really put a lot on the line by coming up here. I use my real name. I mean, and I do sometimes show my face. I mean, I encourage to use an avatar so you won't put your job in danger because a lot of these people that frequent this platform are sensitive as fuck. They
Okay, well
just
quit
are.
talking shit in the chat then. If you sensitive, nigga, you got all these
I'm not.
analytics. You
I'm
got
not
your
saying.
credit score, you got all your degrees, you got your analytics, but you ain't got no manalytics, nigga. You ain't got no social skills. You're socially awkward, and you want to call me short, and that's a damn shame that you let a short nigga get more bitches than you. And you 6'79", you got jawline. Did that rhyme? And you can't knock a book off a bookshelf. You can't send a woman to the mailbox and you want to talk about me because you're mad at my confidence. So you got to troll. That's because you can't control your life. You can't control your bank account. So I know you can't control a bitch. So you got to troll in the chat room.
So let's pull some inspiration out
You
of you. So
niggas,
you
if we
mentioned.
gonna make up a new toe, not Mac toe, going their own way, jack off toe. Because you niggas is jacking off all day and you don't get no bitches and you're mad at ism.
So let's pull
Square.
some inspiration out of you, because I mean a lot. You come up with a lot of stories, man. I don't think enough people hear it, but I think the one that you just said tonight is that your son became a teacher. He got his degree and his master's, and later on he became a administrator. Now you mentioned too that you have pretty much a simple life. You don't have the same things as your son have. My question is, based on how you raised him, what inspired him to go that far?
Uh well, see, this other brother, he telling me I'm short. Why are you telling another man what he look like, nigga? See, go talk to you a woman. Well, my father, he used to be in the Black Panthers. He was
Mm,
one of the brothers that was in the pen at San Quentin when they had race riots. And
mhm,
so later on in life, when the Indians got to pray, I got to have their time, even though you was a prisoner.
mhm.
A few of the black Muslims, when my father stood guard, got shot for brothers to have their political rights and their religious rights to pray. Okay, it may mean nothing to these brothers. Oh, jail ain't nothing. And you think racism don't exist? Take your ass to jail. You gonna go with the blacks, the
Yep.
whites, the Mexican. You gonna find out about the real world. Okay, pimps, hoes, and lawyers. They know the real life. Okay, because they you gonna tell them the truth, and maybe a barber and a psychologist. So the thing that I did with my son, I used to take him to see my father. My father did 20 years in the Pinta. And he used to say, man, sometimes I used to didn't like going to see granddad. But he teach me, and I made it up in my mind, Dad. He told me about 16 that I was never going to jail. I say, son, that was part of the exercise. It may
Hey,
seem
but
like I'm stupid, don't know what I'm doing, but when we used to go in there in that visiting room and you around other prisoners and the energy, you know how they say you can cut it with a knife?
mhm.
He's made it up in his mind he was going to be a smart, but he said, I'm not going to that. So I'm glad that even though it was my father, now my father's out. You get what I'm saying? But that was something that he said propelled him to stay focused in the books. And a lot of his friends, like they peaked out in high school. They was the high school prom king. Like I say, he had to play offensive line. The running back, the quarterback, the Terrell Owens niggas, you know, the AB, Antonio Brown. And now look at him. And my son just steady going. So I like to see these brothers steady going. So quit trying to jab at me. I'm actually trying to help you brothers to get you some analytics, because y'all got all these statistics and empirical data and all this other shit, but you're scared to talk to a bitch, nigga. The woman wants you to roar. She don't want you to say, can I bite you? A lion don't ask that. He just bite. And then these dudes, I'm a lionism. No, you niggas be lying. You ain't shit. We used to
Now
have to go to the mall and holler at a woman and get turned down. You
I'm
get
gonna pull out
rejected
some.
with
I'm gonna
one
pull some
woman,
comedy out of you
keep going.
now, because I'm gonna throw it at you, man.
Okay, all
Please
right.
give us your give us your best, man, because I gotta hear from you. I'm gonna throw these names out. I'm gonna throw this situation out. Dell Curry and the chick he brought to the game. Go ahead.
Man, I just did a video on Dale Curry and his woman, man. Dale Curry, he brought the see. All you do, I'm scared to get a woman. I'm gonna get a divorce, a divorce.
Uh
Chef Curry father, he wouldn't got him a new bitch. See, you understand me? If you have to divest, if that's what's best.
What? Hey, but Ism, why do you have to get He-Man instead of something that's pretty much his quality? Why her? What's your opinion on that?
Man, you know these sisters. After a dude is like done had his kids in his 30s or 40s, the
Anything looks
40-year-old
better?
men, we find out when you get over 40 that black women only good for cooking food and talking shit.
Dang.
Unless you a dude already married to one, you scared to say that. But see, or you got a other. See, when you got a other, you can go on and say, damn, ism, that's oh, you're talking about your own race. Hey, I've been divested. I'm telling you, when you 40, now if you still married to Geraldine, then you can't say this. But after 40, you like, man, I'm not dealing with these loudmouth Atlanta housewife ass broads. You gonna divest too. So they could call you divest, swirl, or whatever you want to do. Y'all dudes keep on going with all of that. Yeah, manalytics. Yeah, gonna steal that. That's right. They need to get their manalytics together, Greg. And Greg got his face on there. But we got this other dude, Ultra, and we got this other dude, Son is Hot Raw. They got the pictures of some other dudes, got somebody else's chest up there. Did you just say these niggas be using fake pictures, Art? That nigga probably got a stomach where his chest is at. Show your face, nigga. Manalytics. Jack, yeah.
Oh man,
I gave him some
dude.
more to hate on. Now you can hate me some more and tell me about my height as if I didn't know I was short. Nigga, how you let a short nigga get 3 bitches and you can't get one? Nigga, I'm Hall of Fame. Do you know if you bat 300 in baseball, that's Hall of Fame? You niggas can't even get one bitch. We was in the World Series. You niggas didn't even swing the bat. Left the bat on your shoulder. You sorry Yu-Gi-Oh playing niggas want to talk about me. Son is Hot Raw. Nigga, hit the cash app. Nigga, you be cash apping these women. You be bimboing the bimbo. Now, if I was a woman up here talking with a plunging neckline, you'd be sending in money, you dumb, green, goofy guacamole. Now, send Cab some money.
So who got this series? Is it Celtics or is it Golden State?
What? I'm Bay Area all day, man.
So it's
Warriors.
2-2, right?
Come on, man. Chef Curry was cooking like I'm cooking these niggas right now. Putting all kind of Pride Month and all that. Nigga, you can tell in my voice. Nigga, I ain't been nothing but a Mac. Nigga, y'all call it red pill. Nigga, we call it manish. When I was 7 years old, nigga, I had 2 girlfriends. Nigga, I ain't never been with one motherfucking woman. Square from Delaware. Can't even tell a bitch to shut the fuck up. Nigga, why I open my door right now and tell my woman I'm her master? If any one of you niggas hit the link, pull up and let me hear a woman, nigga, I'll send you $100. Other than that, shut up with all them gay pride shit. Nigga, that's your shit, nigga. Telling me about my height. You don't tell a man about his looks. Cause I ain't trying to knock none of you ugly motherfuckers that scared to show your face. Only player I got real honor for is Greg. Cause he said, man, analytics. Yeah, man, still that, Greg. They got their credit score. They got their degrees from Cambridge, Harvard, all that shit. And can't knock a bitch. Just like that other nigga, astrophysics, marine microbiology, all that shit. Nigga, but you're corny. You're nasally. You're corny. Nigga, you definitely got to divest. You ain't getting a city girl, nigga. She gonna whap and tap on your pockets. Trying to turn a stripper to a housewife, you dumb motherfucker.
Man, Ism, you are a legend. I gotta get you on one
Right
of my
on.
Sunday shows. But I'm trying to find a way how I can,
Exactly. Now, see, this nigga's
listen.
son is hot raw. Mac Dwarf. See? But bitches like me, nigga, I got the gold, nigga. The gold, nigga, since I'm a dwarf. Nigga, I ain't trying to get you. They just now finding out that I'm a legend, Art. They don't know. I don't got the numbers, but I got the impact in the space. People know me, my words, my catchphrases. Yeah, I'm going down in history. I have the comedic shtick of O'Shea Duke. I have the broadcasting skills of Obsidian. Thank you. I have the street knowledge of Angry Man, but I'm all of them in one. Nigga, I'm Sir Ism. Jack.
Man, I don't think because I guess because I definitely understand where you come from a lot because I have
I'm glad you understand me, Art.
relatives. I got relatives and I got friends just like you do. And I was out there in the Bay for a year at you already know at California Cosmos and Crabs.
Right.
So I already know, and I'm in a frat, so
Now
I
I'm a
got
leper.
all kinds. I mean, they got the frat. I forgot what street the frat house is on, but I'm in a mega
What is
Psi
it,
Phi
Shattuck?
fraternity, so
Something like that in Berkeley?
we got all kinds of characters in my frat, man. Especially
Thank you,
from the
Art.
Bay,
You the
Bay,
only brother on
Chico.
this side, quote unquote, the educated guys that understand ism. That's what made me pull up. I fuck with Kev a couple times, and some of his people don't like me. They be like, "Why you fuck with ism?" But he don't kick me off, so I appreciate that. But you one of the guys that understand me because you from the Bay. A lot of these guys, they think I'm playing or they think I'm rehearsing this stuff. Or do you practice this? It's just natural. This is just Bay Area how we are. And you trying to be E40. No, E40 rap about guys like me. Like this Art, brother, the Art New Style, the brother y'all look up to said, Ism is a legend. And y'all still down in the thing, glitter pimp, leprechaun. You still ain't getting it. The brother Art just crowned me a legend and y'all still talking bullshit. That's because y'all dumb and you think one way. That's why you going to get whapped and tapped and used and abused by these women. No romance without finance. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. Now keep on paying them women, nigga. I have bitches pay me, nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're speaking me and Kev's generation too, so that's probably why we're
This is
able to
the
know
crying
exactly where
about
you're
a
coming
bitch
from.
generation.
Yeah, we
They
all because we
modern
all
women.
extras.
We need them to change. No, just change the woman that's your woman. The president of the United States. Niggas ain't even the president in their own house, Art. They can't even tell a woman to shut the fuck up. When last time you did that? She's a 10. How the hell a woman a 10? A man is a 10. A woman can only be a 9.1 at best. The king chair is higher than the queen chair. Always hold yourself higher than that woman. How the fuck a woman a 10 on looks? That's just fucking looks. Look is just a hook. The beauty is in the duty. What she can do for you, man. You understand me? You call my women ugly. I got 3 sevens, nigga. 21. Pay me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like this kind of party, nigga. Mike Singletary. Didn't he make the Hall of Fame? Art New Style saying, I'm going down in the YouTube Hall of Fame. And you niggas is in the chat room. Still won't show your face. I only salute Greg in there. The rest of you niggas is in there chatting right now. Saturday, nigga. You need to have a bitch, nigga. I got a woman right now in the other room with lingerie. Lingerie? Yeah, it's lingerie, but I call it lingerie, nigga. Don't be mad at me. Get you some game. You don't
Yeah,
need game, Ism. You don't need game. You green goofy guacamole.
I'm due for a Bay Area trip probably in the summer.
Pull up out here, Art.
Uh, I got to get that Zachary's, man.
The
All right.
Zachary Pizza?
Yes, sir. Deep dish,
I like to
bruh.
treat you to that. Maybe we put something on camera. Yeah, we out here, man. Art New Style and Sir Ism, man. Yeah, having a slice of pizza. Can you believe that? An old
Yes,
pookie ass nigga like me. Dennis Sperling gonna pull up. He want to kill all the pookies. Him and MOT. You know, if you got a baby mama, they want to put you in a fiery pit.
well, it's a lot of people because Mr. Was
God
it
damn.
Information Man is out there,
That's a
and
little
one.
extreme, ain't it?
Say it again.
That's a little extreme. Want to put a baby
That's what
dad
he
in the
said.
fire pit?
Eh,
MOT and Dennis Spurlong said they want to kill all pookies. They want to put them in a fiery pit.
I mean, like I said, YouTube, this whole YouTube thing, man, it's something else.
Ain't it?
I'll just, like I said, I mean, the beauty about this stuff, you can just, click on the button and listen to something more productive.
Exactly. Goofy
That's,
Pookie. See, they need to take some good from what I'm saying and be like, damn, Ism might be right. I need to take some of his confidence. I remember a dude told me, Ism, don't come in here with that short confidence. I said, what? Short confidence. So what are you saying? Because you short, you can't be confident? Because you kind of a heavy set brother, you can't be confident? Come on, man. Some of the coldest players I ever seen was quote unquote not the jawline, not the best looking players, but they had a mouthpiece, they had swagger, they had charisma, they could talk on a myriad of topics. You get what I'm saying? So they would keep a woman captivized. It would keep a woman in tune with them, man. They always had the woman look up to them. But see, you dudes, y'all let a woman tell you what to do because she fine. You always never trust a big forehead yellow woman. You better get you an ugly big leg woman, man, if you want to be happy. Y'all don't listen to them blues songs? Get you a big leg ugly woman. What's wrong with them, Art? Well, if you Art New Style, you can get you a little, you know what I mean, Asian persuasion.
I'm gonna
Art
pass you
ride
another
hard.
ball. I'm gonna
Art
pass you
ride
another.
hard.
I'm gonna pass you another ball. The club days.
Don't try to
Well,
switch
I
subjects, Art. You
I
ride
thought
forward.
I'm trying to get you back in your element because I got like the club days. I know Kev knows about the club days too.
Oh yeah.
And like when you first walk in the club, what's your first choice? The big chick, the real fine one, or the regular chick? When
Man,
it comes, what's the
well,
first
if
one?
we go in there, first thing I would do is we ain't gonna holler at nobody. We're gonna find us a little area. We're gonna get us some drinks. First round might be on me. We might get double fisted. We're gonna buy two drinks because we don't want to stand in line for that second one. That first one get us lube. We need two
Okay.
double Kev. And no, and not a double. We get two doubles. So we want a
Uh-huh.
quad. Okay. And two doubles for Art. So we're gonna get us a spot. Then we're gonna scope it out. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? We're gonna see what's choose. You know the bigger girl. We're gonna wait till the end of the club to work on them. We're gonna try to get the little cute things. But some brothers in this space, they act like they don't like big girl. Some
So
dudes
you
like
gonna get the
big
cute one
girls.
first?
Yes. But sometimes they
Okay.
have big, cute girls. But do you understand, you dumb fools, that a big girl still got a vajayjay? It's still a vajay. These dudes act like if it's a big girl, they gonna rather have sex with their hand. Nigga, please. You over there making love to yourself. You better get you a
So
big girl that mean
let
more
me give you
flavor.
my little game that me and my frat brothers we used to
What
do.
y'all do?
We called it community service.
Uh-oh.
We you got your group, right? So you get either your big one or your ugliest one in the group. You grab her first, give her a little action. You dance on the floor, having a good time. Chick know that you're not into her, but usually that chick that had the description is a CEO or some kind of like executive or whatever. So you showed her a good time. You're exchanging numbers, but while you're doing that, these chicks that sitting down don't know what's going on. So the fact that they see how well you are doing this chick or whatever on the floor or whatever, and she's having the time of her life. Matter of fact, the conversation between you and her is between you and her. But at the same time, now them other chicks want to give you some action because of the way that you treated their ugly friend that they thought that was going to be sitting by herself. Is that still relevant or is that
Well,
kind of outdated?
the Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam, in her books, is everybody want to read 48 Laws of Power, but you don't need game. 48 Laws of Power is nothing but game. So in the book,
Uh-huh.
Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam, she said, I never went after the quote unquote tens. I went after the
Right.
sixes and the sevens because I would get them and beautify them. And they would always work harder because they wasn't the one that always got everything catered to them. So sometimes
Hmm.
when it be like four girls, and you know which one is the star, right?
Hmm.
I never went after that one. I would either go after the second, third, or fourth chick. You get what I'm saying? And then we
Yeah.
got dudes in here telling me about a fat white girl. Do you know a fat white girl still got a pussy? It's better than your hand, nigga. You rather watch Pornhub than have a fat white girl? You niggas are dumb.
I told you the video world, man, it's bigger than most people think. It's huge.
These niggas got imaginary bitches and want to talk to me. They got an imaginary face. You got imaginary avatar. You got some kind of computer. The sun is hot raw. He got another nigga face. Only person I respect in the chat right now is Greg. You the only one. What's this other fetish? Big girl. No, some dudes like bigger women. Okay, and then y'all do say y'all don't like bigger women. But I went to a concert not too long ago, Rolling Loud, major concert. I swear, I did my own stats. Forget all this empirical data. I seen about 60% of brothers with bigger women. Now y'all can say what y'all want. That might have just been a small case study, okay? Because I never got polled in these stats. You know, goddamn Obsidian be coming with the stats and all this shit. I never got polled in the stats, so I don't believe none of that shit. Have you ever got polled in those stats, Art? No, you haven't. Okay,
Mm-mm.
so I like what I like, you like what you like. But see, when brothers still worried about what their partner think or what their friend think, that's when they lose their life. Get the woman that like you, man. Get the woman that you like. You gotta get you a degree and don't give a fuckness. We don't care what other people think. See, you trying to tell me about fat women and this and that and that and this, but it's a woman. You make love to your hand. You had threesomes with yourself, Hannah Hand and Linda Loshan. That's a damn shame.
Linda Lohan. Hey, Greg, you gonna steal that one too, Greg?
Yeah, Hannah Hand and Linda Loshan. These niggas making a
Linda Lo-
threesome with themselves. They got time to key rat tat on the keys, nigga. I can't even tap that fast on the keys, nigga. But I do got the new computer out of young bitches
Now
booty,
I'm
nigga.
gonna ask you. I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask
now
you.
what
I'm
you
not.
got?
I'm not sure if you're able to answer this on the air though. About Huey P. Newton.
Huey. Yeah, Black
Huey Newton.
Panthers.
I was supposed to meet with Angela Davis' daughter along with my professor, Dr. James Garrett. Dr.
Mm,
James Garrett used to be a Panther as well, but he was from the Watts division, they called it.
mm-hmm.
But he was my professor there at in college. And we couldn't meet because that was the day that Huey P. Newton was killed. Now, I want to find out because I heard rumors about him, doing some stuff that caused him to get killed. Was that true that, he was pretty much wilding out and doing all kinds of stuff and he got caught up and got killed, or was it a setup? Like from,
Uh,
the powers that be, in
from
your
what I
opinion?
hear, a little of both. Huey had
Hmm.
kind of fell off. You know, he didn't have his brothers say if we here to protect Kev. You got his right hand, left hand man. You know, Chaos, he don't say nothing. He be muting up on everybody's stream, just sitting up there like a motherfucker. Okay. But he still got your back. And then as soon as you think he ain't up there, he'll unmute. What you say? So what happened? Hey,
I
you
heard
didn't
that.
care. I done watched him, yeah. See, but that's your right hand man. See, so Huey started like kind of mess with them drugs. And y'all remember that was the crack era. So
Yeah.
that crack, and something about that crack from that era was so powerful that it never made me want to touch any kind of cocaine because I seen some of the strongest, sharpest, cleanest brothers I ever seen. And they hit that crack. I'm talking about people, mothers was trying to have sex with, young boys and
Hmm.
selling their house. I'm talking about working people just
Yeah.
hit that one hit and lost their mind. I was like, this shit is too powerful. So,
Hmm.
they put that in our community. It was on purpose.
Right.
So he was
Right.
kind
Oh
of out of
yeah.
pocket messing with and back then it was messing with the crack hole. You take
Hmm.
they was taking their hit while they in a little seedy hotel and having sex because it had you up all night or whatever. And he kind of got himself in a situation, and it's always drugs, a woman, or some money
Okay.
every time. And he kind of got set up. It might have been them powers that be, but he kind of was fucking with the drugs, and he didn't have his infantry around him to protect him like he had once before.
Hmm.
You know, he didn't have his quote unquote defense force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, every now and then I watch his video with Ishmael Reed and
Mhm.
Jawanza Kunjufu. It was a show out in the Bay. I forgot this white lady's name, but she had it like set up like Sally Jesse Raphael a little bit.
Mm.
I forgot the name of that lady, but it was based on the Bay Area channel.
Your email is on your channel, Art.
Yes,
I'm gonna hit
it's
the
the
email. I know a few people that people don't know. I know that I don't want to talk about, and I'll connect you with them. And they and a couple brothers made some movies about the Black Muslims, some of the Black Panthers, a couple of people I know, and I'll just direct you with them. And when y'all get to talking, y'all more into that more than I am. So I would rather hook you with this brother and say, hey man, this is a good brother right here. He's into what you into, Art. I think you should talk
yeah.
to him. And
Okay,
I'm gonna do that
Oh,
for you,
okay.
man. Since
All
you
right.
really into that.
All
because
right.
my name it's my name plus Gmail.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly exactly how it's spelled, but
Yeah.
it's
I
there's
got
no
some brothers
spaces.
that's into that. Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, that kind of documentary kind of stuff that I think will be some good stuff for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Bone Sloan too, man. If you, I know him, but I'm trying to get an APB on him, man.
The Killer
I
Bone
did.
Sloan.
Yeah, is it Clee Bone Stone from Bastards of the Party?
I
Bastards of
don't
the
know
Party.
everybody, but I know a couple of people. I just hit you, and I don't want to talk now. I just hit you
Okay.
and point you in that direction, and y'all do what y'all got to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause you know them
mhm.
feds watching this space, as
Oh
they
shit!
say.
Because I always want something to where every time I put something on, years later somebody's going to learn from it when when they play
Right,
it back.
more on a
It's
historical thing. Right.
yeah, because very important. Even of comedy stuff, you learn from comedy stuff too. It's
That's what I
I
do,
mean
Art.
that's Dick
I try to
Gregory
teach
all the
these
way.
brothers that right. That's what I'm kind of doing. Even though, see, that's why I've been doing the short video so people can learn my personality and
I
see that
watch
I'm
them.
more than just what you think I am. Like I crack jokes at the divestors. I crack jokes at the dudes that can't get a woman. And a short dude, I got a video of a 5'2" guy got a big thick white girl, and y'all crying about Mikto and he got a woman. So I'm just be cracking jokes, but I'm actually putting like truth inside of the joke.
Mm.
That's just my style of doing it. I'll poke fun at the red pill. I'm red pillism. I'm red pill Lexington still. I'm Micto Mendingo. And I'll be like, you niggas can't get one bitch. If you don't shut up, y'all scared to say hi to a woman. So I'll be cracking jokes at them, or I'll say, he's divested. Hey, some brothers need to divest because the black
Yeah.
women gonna treat you wrong. They don't respect knowledge. Some of them, they don't respect ranking system if you a brother that's trying to go into the corporate world. You got to get a woman that's into that. Don't get the city girl if you go in the corporate world. Don't get a Instagram thought if you're trying to be in the political world. Pick something that's right for you. So I poke fun at y'all, but I'm actually trying to give you some game, give you some knowledge, some wisdom, brother. That's what I'm trying to do.
But
I wish I had the time. Oh, go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
no, I'm just saying, you think the nuclear physicist chose wrong?
Oh, he gonna go into that? Yeah, let's hear that one. Ism.
I did a thing on that called the pineapple. See, the brother, he had all his analytics. He was micro marine physicist, biologist, nuclear, all that shit. Underwater welder. He was the top class of everything. And then the women say, well, you should have hollered at him. But see that? That's saying that women are quote unquote lightweight prostitutes, as Ron Will would say, acculturated prostitute. You only going to go for him because he's the micromarine physicist. You didn't care about his character. You just knew he was going to make a lot of money because that's how they teach their daughters. So the world is almost in a pimp hole situation. You want your daughter, the mother, tell them to get the guy with the most money. And if anything as an exchange for sex, is prostitution. But a woman is your wife. But if you lose your job, you lose your wife. But a lot of guys will find out your real woman, your real wife, if she down for you, I'll be like, baby, I work 2 jobs. That's when you got a good chick. That's when the macking come in. See, Max pimps, they send women out the door to execute the chore and they come back. That's showing legiancy. That's showing that she in love with you. But when you keep trying to, do whatever you got to do to keep this pretty woman, she don't give a damn about you. A lot of these women don't even like you, dude. They'll fake it for 10 years just to get in position. That's why you got to get a woman that's in your corner. I don't care if she fat, tall, black, white, candy stripe. Get you a woman that's in your corner, man. And not no Yu-Gi-Oh, Super Saiyan, all these goddamn games, video game. Get you a live woman, man, with a
So
pulse.
so
Man,
let's
man,
so base. So, so let's assume that you're the walking instructional manual. So how would you determine if she's in your corner?
Well, I always, do my little rhymes and stuff. Like to say I'm the court jester and whatever. But the court jester, he had comedy, but it was a lot of truth to it. So y'all can call me what you want. I ain't trying to deal with none of you niggas anyway. I got bitches. So this is what I tell brothers. If she doesn't invest, if that woman don't invest in you for his money, for saying, hey, baby, I got it. Hey, let's go to a concert. No, hey, I got it. Hey, let's go to dinner. Hey, I got it. Hey, I thought you would enjoy this. I bought you some new cologne. Hey, you need your haircut. I want your beard to get lined up, baby. Hey, baby, I ain't got no money right now. I don't get paid till next week. Don't worry about it. I got it. See, if that woman doesn't invest, then you must digress. She got to invest her time, her money, something. And a woman that don't invest her money, she don't really like you.
Mm.
She don't really like you. She show about
Mhm.
that Gucci bag, and she'll show it everywhere, Instagram everywhere. Yeah, but she won't say nothing about her man. So if that woman don't invest nothing, and you always spending your money, you a trick. Don't get tricked by the trick. A woman that invests, that's your woman, man. A lot of young dudes, you should get a relationship fund. You put 500, she put 500. You put 1,000, she put the woman gonna divorce you. It's a divorce. You niggas don't drive nothing but a Buick. If you don't get that woman that Dodge Caravan and shut the fuck up, you got $82 in your bank account. If you don't give her 44, you dudes ain't. I'm Dr. Dre. He got beaten at divorce. You niggas will never see the money Dr. Dre got.
So,
So
oh
you got
man,
no.
I got
Thank
I got a
you.
good one for I got a good one for you, man. Because I
Go
talked
ahead.
about this yesterday. I know you are familiar with the term hobosexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible? Because people told me no in my chat. Is it possible that a homosexual can finesse the chick that he's staying with to put him in college?
Hell yeah.
How does that work, man? Because
Dick
a lot of
game.
people saying no. A lot of people saying no because she knows that eventually he's going to be free.
Dick game. That's short
Okay.
dick niggas. If you dicking her down, if you make her go a woo woo woo, if you get up, take a shower, she's still laying in the bed and all of her slop in glory, yeah, you gotta make a woman bust a nut, nigga. This ain't a robot. You niggas be talking all this shit and you call me short and all that, but that still don't make a woman nut. Can you make a woman orgasm, nigga? All you chat room goon niggas, you can't make a woman orgasm, nigga. That's a damn shame. How you a man? You a man or a mouse? You can't make a woman orgasm. Yeah, sex, nigga. Sex. If you can't have sex with your woman and make her feel good, then a lot of you dudes are sorry.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
hobosexual. They be thinking like I heard that term. They thought they was talking about somebody. I was like, shit, I know a lot of niggas like that. Oh, that's sorry. He's a hobo. Oh my God, I'm better than him. He's a hobo. Nigga, that nigga a player. He got like 2 baby mamas. Nigga, he go from this house to that house and he raised his kid a hobosexual. That nigga's a father. You niggas got degrees, all this shit, and you can't get one broad to act right. So you the one ought to be ashamed, trying to shame hobosexual. Nigga, you got a degree in something, a worthless degree, and you a barista. Shut your ass up. Work at Target and you got a master's. So don't try to shame nobody, man. Just be the man that you are, and you have to make your woman come. Now, if you short stroking, use your fingers. It, uh, Play with the nippleages. Play with them Chester
The
drawers.
privileges.
Yeah, man, you
Nibbly.
gotta manipulate the nippleages, nigga. Yeah, you gotta play with your
Hey,
Chester drawers, nigga. Talking all this shit in the
hey,
chat.
hey, but listen up, fellas. Listen up, fellas. This is a great conversation, but I gotta bring it to a close.
Yeah, Kev got to go. He got to go play with some nippleages, nigga. Son is hot raw. You go ahead and turn on Pornhub now, nigga. We finna cut this off. Art got a motherfucking Asian persuasion, nigga. She about to cook him some rice when he finished knocking that down with teriyaki sauce, nigga. We don't know what motherfucking chaos done came alive around here in the UK. Kev got a woman, and I got a bitch with lingerie, nigga. And I'm up out of here, nigga. And I'm Uncle Wisdom with the wisdom, nigga. Yay!
All right, we'll be in
Down
touch, fam. We'll
All
be in
right,
touch.
word, word.
Well, appreciate you having me up, Kev, and wasn't expecting this, but
I mean, shoot, man. Sometimes it's unexpected in this place, man. But I'm all for it. I'm
yeah,
down with every bit of it.
I'm
So
definitely gonna try to get a Sunday thing with him. Pick his brain and have some fun. But
word.
But appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my work and then get me some sleep too.
Word, word. All right,
All
man.
right.
Thanks for coming through, man. For real.
All right. Appreciate it.
Word. Chaos. Anything to say, bro?
And good night, everybody.
You say good night. All right, man. Not too much.
Remember, always, black man's always gonna be brutally honest. Black people, saying, if
Yeah,
everybody, I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
real.
This is definitely the place for it, man. I mean, I'm a man of diverse opinions, and well, I don't. We're not a monolith around here. Everybody's allowed to agree, disagree, or whatever. Because I mean, it just gets kind of boring if everybody agrees. So, I mean, it's all good at the end of the day. I mean, shit, and you just saw it. It was kind of hilarious if you ask me. I mean, but at the end of the day, is my thing is just don't be a simp.
Mhm.
Don't be a simp. It's important that you affirm your manhood in a way that isn't doesn't sound so defeated. I'll say that much. So don't let anyone, not a woman, not these political parties, not even this platform. Don't let anyone take that away from you because again, at the end of the day, we black men, we all we got. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Greg. Thank you to Gilgamy for their donations. I really appreciate. And I'm out. So let me end with this. Long live the habitual line steppers and Kev we trust. I'm gonna win. We are gonna win. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow night.